2 weeks ago, Portland State kicked a last-second field goal to beat Montana State 44-41. Coming off a bye week, the Bobcats have had time to regroup. Led by senior quarterback Travis Lulay, Montana State takes on the Lumberjacks from Northern Arizona. The Jacks are looking for their first conference win. Can they do it? Big Sky Conference football is next on the Montana Sports Network.
Got the Bobcat fans on their feet. Big play.
From Reno H. Sales Stadium in Bozeman, this is Bobcat Game Day. This afternoon, the Lumberjacks from Northern Arizona face the Bobcats from Montana State. Hi again, everyone. Chris Byers along with Dean Alexander. And Dean, Northern Arizona is a team very much in need of a win. They are 2-5 on the season, 0-4 in the Big Sky.
But with a great field goal kicker, has only missed one on the season thus far. That one was over 50. Think back to how the Cats won at Weber State and how they lost at Portland State. He could be the key, Robbie DeHaze.
Montana State coming off that loss to Portland State a couple of weeks ago, 44-41 on that last-second field goal. They've had a bye week, and that's a good thing, according to head coach Mike Kramer. This is a unit that's been pretty banged up.
I'm going to give them a little different look today. Clive Lowe is coming back, which is the good news. A little different defensive look. If Clive does as the coaches think he'll do, the fans of Northern Arizona see a lot more of him than they've expected.
All right, for the keys to the game, let's go downstairs to Chris Bach.
Thanks, guys. Well, finally some good weather for a home game here. And both teams coming into this game with some different focuses. We'll get you caught up with the keys to the game presented by Montana Ford. First, for the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. They need to play 4 quarters of football well. Now, that's obvious, but Coach Jerome Sowers said if they can do that on the road, they can get a win, which they have not done since 2003. Lost their last 9. Second, they need to continue what they do well, which is punting. They're number 1 in the conference, and they're number 5 in the nation. If they can back the Cats up into their own territory, they have a chance to win. And finally, they need to play with a no-fear attitude. They have everything to gain and nothing to lose, and the Cats are the exact opposite. And if they're going to get a road win, this is the week to do it, because MSU has never won after a bye week under Coach Kramer. And for the Coach Kramer, Montana State Bobcats, they need to improve kick coverage. Portland State average starting position for them was their own 40-yard line. Main focus during the bye week. Second, they need to pressure Jason Murrieta. Just 1 sack for the defensive line in 7 games. And finally, they need to play to their potential. They've been playing to their competition the first 3 Big Sky games, and if they can blow them out like Stephen F. Austin, they'll be in good shape. And that'll do it for you, Montana Ford. Keys to the game. We'll be back with the kickoff with Chris and Dean right after this.
Hi, I'm Eric Kinnaman.
And I'm Joe Baker. You know, a few years ago, Eric and I were teammates here at Montana State University.
As members of Cat football, we live the values of honor, integrity, loyalty, and personal courage.
As a team, Bobcat football breeds pride, tradition, and camaraderie.
Today, Joe and I carry on these values as proud members of the Montana Army National Guard.
The Montana Guard has a proud and storied history of serving our great state and nation. You too can be a member of this team.
And every once in a while, we still get the chance to lay the hit on someone.
Hey, Bobcat fans! The Billings Hotel and Convention Center has a package just for you. For just $68, you get 1 night stay with a room for 4, complimentary continental breakfast, plus water slide passes and 2 passes for comedy night. When you call, just ask for the Bobcat Special. The Billings Hotel and Convention Center, conveniently located off the King Avenue interchange, has all the services you expect. Dine in comfort in the restaurant or take a dip in the pool when you take advantage of the Bobcat Special at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center.
Why have some of Montana's largest businesses switched to Transaria? Maybe because they are Montana-owned, or because Transaria provides service and products second to none. Mostly because Transaria can provide it all. Private networks, internet, and now VoIP. VoIP allows businesses to turn the internet into a valuable communication tool. The telephone, long distance or local, and clearest traditional service. Save up to 30% on your phone bill. Get rid of multiple bills and get VoIP from Transaria. The business solution is Transaria.
If it's in Montana, if it affects your community, if it's relevant to your everyday lives, you'll find it on the Montana News Network. The Montana News Network brings you total coverage of regional news, sports, and weather at 10 p.m. each weeknight, live from our studios in the heart of Montana. The Montana News Network is working for you, covering the stories that are informative, the stories that matter. The Montana News Network, working for you in the spirit of Montana.
Two veteran coaches squaring off this afternoon in Bozeman. Jerome Sowers for Northern Arizona, 42 and 46 overall. And of course, Mike Kramer, now in his 6th season with the Bobcats. He's 29 and 37 at MSU versus Northern Arizona, 5 and 6. Welcome back to Bozeman. It's a beautiful afternoon for football as we get set to go between Northern Arizona and the Bobcats. Lumberjacks lead the overall series 22-17. Montana State, though, has won the last 2 games between these two teams. And Dean, much the same story this year with Northern Arizona really struggling coming into this game.
Yeah, and the Bobcats hope that struggle continues a little longer and that these guys have nothing to do with it.
Ray Willett, the referee for today's game. As we get set to go, the Bobcats have deferred. They won the coin toss. They'll kick it to start the game. Expecting a packed house in Bozeman for this Big Sky Conference matchup this afternoon. Bolton's kick is high and deep, coming down at the end zone, taken at the 5-yard line by Northern Arizona. And ridden down inside the 20. Good kick coverage for Montana State as the Lumberjacks will start 1st and 10 from the 17.
Lumberjacks have not been an offensive powerhouse.
Here's the offensive line for the Lumberjacks this afternoon, led by Justin Fide at center, Reeder the guard, along with Quentin Larson, Arnold, and Wolf up front. Backs in receivers, Corey Marr went 1 wide out along with Kawan Walker and Alex Watson. Philo Sanchez is their running back, and Jason Murrieta, the junior from Glendale, Arizona. 2nd team All Big Sky last year, but he has struggled this season. First play from scrimmage goes to Sanchez, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage and knocked down for no gain.
You see Clive Lowe in there for the Bobcats. We talked about him in the pregame, and I think not just the physical lift, but I think the mental lift he gives the Bobcats.
Defensive starters for the Bobcats this afternoon: Rogers, Siatonga, and Aaron Papich up front out of Great Falls. The linebackers, and they're good ones: Nick Marutis, Epi King, Mullahan, and Clayton Curley gets the start out of Stevensville. Kyle Hunter and Andre Fuller the corners. Grenfell and Ryan Force are the safeties for this afternoon's game. 2nd and 10 from the 17. No gain, and again, Sanchez with some running room on the outside up over the 20 to the 25. A nice gain by Sanchez, close to 8 on the play, will bring up 3rd and short.
Bobcats will give them a little bit different look this afternoon, utilizing Marutis and Lowe up front. You've seen those 3 down linemen that you talked about up front with the 3, but as you saw there, they'll get Marutis and Lowe up there, give them a little bit different look. Try to force Northern Arizona to do a few different things, and also, of course, put some more immediate pressure on Murrieta.
Sanchez, their leading receiver, just over 55 yards a game, 3rd and 2 from the 25. Murrieta out of the gun, gives to Sanchez, hit at the line of scrimmage, going to be very close to the first down. Needed to get right to the 27. You got it?
Well, I think he gave him a decent spot. If you look for the one official, and they didn't even look. They just gave it to him.
First down for the Lumberjacks on their opening series. Boy, I tell you what, Dean, a Chamber of Commerce day in Bozeman. We made the drive over from Billings this morning, an absolutely gorgeous afternoon, plenty of sun. The fall colors are still out. Temperatures are warm enough to shed the jacket at least for a while.
Well, I think some of the people spent some time mowing the yard one last time of raking the leaves. You can see them still coming across the field and out of the parking lot, starting an hour earlier than usual. I think that and the sunny weather has made a difference.
All right, 3 wide receivers, pressure now on Murrieta, and he is taken down, fumble on the play. Ball goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and now a late flag comes down.
Clive Lowe's the one who got in there on him. I think they're going to throw that against Northern Arizona.
Was it incomplete pass or was it a fumble? That's the first question.
And if they call it a forward pass, then it's intentional grounding.
Flag came in well after the play was over in the backfield.
There is no flag. There was an eligible receiver in the direction of the pass. There is no flag. 2nd down.
Oh, here it is, Dean. Murrieta getting good pressure up the middle, rolls to his right, and then just kind of flicks the ball out there.
They're calling that a forward pass.
Shovel pass, maybe, huh? Is that what they're...
It's a funny-looking shovel. That won't clean your driveway when it snows.
Well, he gets the call, the incomplete pass, so brings up 2nd and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage from the 28-yard line. Murrieta out of the gun this time. Bobcats show blitz. Long count, and the give is to Sanchez. Sanchez tries to cut it up inside, nothing doing, and the Bobcats aggressively shut that down, 2nd and long.
Last week, no points against Portland State. Week before, 14 and 24 the week before that. So the offense has been going downhill in terms of points production for Northern Arizona. But you've got Murrieta back in there at quarterback, and the Bobcat fans all love Travis Lule and all of the numbers he's putting up. We'll talk about that when they get the ball. But Murrieta's name is well throughout the record book at Northern Arizona, 10 different categories. So he is a big-time Big Sky quarterback.
3rd and 10 now from the 28. Murrieta rolls right, looks downfield, fires out there, and intended for his big target, Corey Marr, the 6'6 sophomore, but incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Lumberjacks, and this, Dean, is the one area where this team is very good.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the deal. You're absolutely right. We watched in the pregame the warm-ups, and you always talk about dome kickers and so on, that they get outdoors and they don't get it done. Well, guess what? This guy gets it done. Ryan Madrid, JC transfer.
He was booming them in the as we watched him warm up before the start of the game, and they were high and deep.
And no effort.
Yeah. Spiraling kick comes down at the 30-yard line, and that's taken up over the 40 to the 45 near midfield, and an excellent return for the Bobcats as Corey Austin was back there to field the punt and takes it up to midfield. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Bobcats of Montana State as they go to work on the offensive line of the football. There's the tackles, Jensen and Hurst along with Figueroa, Jeff Bolton the center, and Brant Berkland anchors down that left guard position.
I had to cheat on my numbers, but you look here at Lule, if he gets 158, he goes to 10,000. That put him 6th place beyond John Freeze, the old Idaho quarterback. Total offense, he'll pass Kenny Hobart of Idaho, 57 yards, all he needs on that. And this is also his 40th consecutive start, so you have 2 real experienced quarterbacks on either side of the ball today.
All right, so Lule opens at quarterback. Montana State's opening possession here in the first quarter. Looks downfield, has a wide open receiver. That's Rick Gatewood inside the 10. 5 fumbles the football, and Northern Arizona will fall on it on the end zone. And a big break for the Lumberjacks as Gatewood looked like he had a touchdown, but Jeff Wheeler was there to fall on it, and Northern Arizona gets a big break here in the first quarter.
Very, very unusual.
But Gatewood is all alone on this play, Dean.
Yeah, you've got the completion, and you're going for the end zone, as you said, but coming back from the side and knocking it out. Great recovery by the Lumberjacks. And that's McElwain, freshman redshirt from Panama City, Florida, that came from the right side, and that's where Gatewood had the football, knocked it loose. So just like that, you're one and done, and here comes Northern Arizona again.
You know, we talked about the bye week with Montana State and the loss to Portland State team, but when you look at the Big Sky Conference, the Bobcats season pretty much comes down to 4 games. If they win out, they have 3 of those 4 at home. More than likely, they're going to get to the postseason. So tough loss a couple of weeks ago, but definitely they still control their own destiny as far as the playoffs are concerned.
Well, I think on the first play too, you saw what you're going to see a lot of those last 4, and that'd be probably Air Lule, you could call it, because the Bobcats' running game is still suspect. All right, but what is not suspect is Lule and Gatewood, and you saw the hookup right there. And without the fumble, they're looking right down, knocking on the door for 6.
Well, Gatewood, he's so aggressive after he catches the ball. We saw him make a sensational grab in the Portland State game and then fought for the extra yardage to get into the end zone. Much was the case there where he was looking for the end zone and coughed the football up. Now the deep pitch at the 20. Sanchez is wrapped up as he tries to turn the corner. Nothing doing there. And again, Montana State with the great defense as Marutis was out there to make the stop after a gain of 1.
And you got a penalty flag, and it'll be holding against Northern Arizona as coming in for the Bobcats to put the pressure on from his cornerback spot was Corey Austin. And guess what? Grabbing a hold and saying, I don't think so, is Alex Watson, the wide receiver for NAU, and the official saw it all, and he'll flag him.
Holding, offense, number 11. Penalty is declined, 3rd down.
Actually, they're going to flag tight end Sean Fitzpatrick with that.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 as Jerome Sowers, not a happy man early in this game on the sideline. As like to see his team capitalize after the turnover, but once again facing a 3rd and long deep in their own end.
Yeah, they made a big break for themselves on the fumble and fumble recovery, but now, here you go.
Sanchez, the lone back for Murrieta. And here comes the blitz off the corner, and they're going to get him.
That's Austin in there again.
Corey Austin came flying off the corner and nails Murrieta back at the 10-yard line. He's a little slow getting up, and a great defensive stand by the Bobcats here on this second possession.
You had Mac Mullahan in there too, but as you saw him, now watch Mullahan coming right in there. And Austin will meet at the quarterback. He didn't pick it up at all. Well, even if he did, he wouldn't have had any time the way they were coming.
So Madrid stands in his own end zone to punt it away on 4th down. 4th and 19, Austin standing back in midfield. Nice kick, drives Austin all the way back to the 40, to the 45, little running room, to the 40, 35, still on his feet. Corey Austin down to the 25. What a run back by Corey Austin, and great field position for the Cats. Just underway first quarter, no score.
It's Truck Month at your Montana Ford store. Ready for a throwdown? Get big savings on Ford trucks, including Super Duty, with the most power, most payload, and most towing capability of any pickup truck.
Are you bad enough to drive a Super Duty?
Now during Truck Month, get $2,000 cash back on the bigger, bolder, tougher than ever Ford Super Duty. That's $2,000 cash back on Super Duty. Hurry to your Montana Ford store during Truck Month.
Ain't no doubt my king on the mountain's built Ford tough.
You might have heard about it.
We have a train wreck. We need all hands on deck.
The show everyone's talking about.
You're gonna pull this pole out of us?
Sunday at 10/9 Central.
I need some help.
For these doctors.
How do you tell someone she's gonna be dead in a few minutes?
Their defining moment is now.
Whoever you move doesn't stand a chance.
The most powerful new episode of this season.
We're gonna do everything we can.
The one that's not to be missed.
How do you decide who gets to live?
An all-new Grey's Anatomy, Sunday 10/9 Central, only on ABC.
Dad, let's go!
You know, son, you need really special winter tires. Toyo Tires actually tests and develop their tires for our winter. They're all-round winter tires working great on ice, snow, and other slippery surfaces. They cut into snow. They clear away moisture. Then crushed walnut shells act like tiny steel spikes digging into the surface. Can you feel that grip, son?
The ultimate grip in all winter conditions. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
No score in Bozeman, Northern Arizona, and the Bobcats, which will take over on their second possession of the game, deep in NAU territory at the 25-yard line after the excellent return by Corey Austin.
And Michael Bass out there as a running back for the Bobcats.
Have not seen him for a while. Had some good success early in the year, but has been sidelined with an injury. He gets the call on first down, tries to shift to the outside, and he's brought down for a loss of 2 on the play.
Good.
Let's take a look at the Northern Arizona defense now, and they run much the same alignment as the Bobcats. Nwagbe, Boynton, and Webb are up front. Linebacking core, Branch, Wade, Hunsaker, and Jeff Singleton out of Middletown, California. Then in the secondary, it's Theus Wheeler, McElwain, and KJ Girard.
KJ Girard, he will pick you off big time, and Branch will be in your face all night long. Number 32 down there, Girard 17, but Branch, a hometown kid who's their leading tackler and all everything on the defense.
Goulet, plenty of time, fires out across to Chaz Gwynn, who makes the catch right at the 15-yard line, and looks like he has just enough for the first down. Chaz Gwynn, just one of the many outstanding wide receivers for the Bobcats this year. And boy, you look at that receiving core, and we haven't talked a lot about Chaz this year, but a nice catch over the middle.
Well, look at the time for Lule, though. Not you, not you. Oh, how about you, Chaz? Here you go. So he had a whole lot of time, and quite obviously, any quarterback, but particularly Travis Lule at this level, you give him that much time, he could even throw it up here to me and you and find us open.
Well, plenty of time to throw the ball, and that is certainly not what you want to do with Travis Lule, who continues to move up the ladder in the record books. Here he is now, deep pressure at the 20. He'll be taken down back at the 21-yard line.
But, again, that time he had the time. But give that on the secondary. Give that sack to the secondary. They had Gatewood covered.
DJ Wade coming in to record the sack, so it's back to the 20-yard line. We'll make it 2nd and 16. Gwynn, Gatewood, and Murray are the receivers. And Bass in the backfield making his first start since week 2. Lule looks out to the right, has Bass in the flat to the 20, 15, little stiff arm there down close to the 10-yard line. Nice job of running the football after the catch.
Tougher catch than it looked like because it was actually behind Bass, and he never even broke stride. Just reached back there and pulled it in and kept going.
Senior out of Corona, California. Not the biggest guy out there, 5'6", 190 pounds. He'll check out of the game now on 3rd and 8.
I think what you mentioned in that, too, the senior part of it is what the Bobcats like. He's a been there, done that type of guy, and they need that as they're going down the home stretch.
Little Bass goes out. Javon Miller becomes the 4th wide receiver on 3rd down. Lule looks into the end zone. All kinds of time now, spins out of a tackle. Still looks to pass, now inside the 10, and wrapped up by a host of Lumberjack defenders, well short of the first down. And I think we'll see the kicking unit coming in.
And he gets the headgear blown up on that one, too. But again, he had the time. That time also give credit to NAU secondary.
Good job by the Lumberjack defense here to keep the Cats out of the end zone.
But you'll see, I mean, he has enough time right now. Ball should have been gone, but there's nobody there. But give him credit that he can move that 200 pounds around pretty good.
25-yard field goal attempt for Hastings from the left side. Ball down, kick on the way, plenty of distance, up and good. 7:34 to go in the first quarter. Montana State opens with the field goal. They lead 3-0 over Northern Arizona. Montana State opens the scoring first here as Jeff Hastings kicks the 25-yard field goal to give Montana State a 3-0 lead. And there's the scoring drive, 6 plays, 18 yards, taking 2:19 off the clock. And now Bolton will kick it away as the Lumberjacks are set to get the football.
Hastings 11 out of 13 on the year, and as you know, in the last few years, that's been a bugaboo for the Bobcats, so good for him.
Well, that's outstanding. This is taken by Anthony, and Anthony wrapped up inside the 20. It was a short kick, but it was high, and the coverage team down there in a big hurry, and once again, NAU comes out to deep in their own end to start the drive. Let's talk a little bit about Jason Murrieta. Dean, last year he's second team All Big Sky, comes into this season with a lot of expectations, but when you look at his numbers, he's under 50% throwing the football, which is not very good. Hasn't thrown for a lot of yards. Is that just the culmination of the entire team being a little down this year, or he's just having a bad season?
I think it tells you how good the receivers were last year and the year before for Northern Arizona was, I think, the main deal right there. Corey Marr, who's just a sophomore, the 6'6" youngster, is probably his best bet right now, but Corey Marr was just another receiver last year for NAU.
And once again, the handoff goes for no gain on the play. Nothing doing. Good job by the front three of Montana State to wrap up Sanchez after the short run.
Well, the other thing, if you look at the Bobcats and what they've done early right now, stopping the run has not been their forte thus far in the season. I mean, they've made some of the team's running backs look like they're all league, which is unfortunate, and that obviously has been a concentration. Get an extra week off, give them a little bit different look up front here right now, as opposed to just that three-man front.
Quick pitch out here is complete up over the 20, close to the 25, flag on the play. Nice catch out there by Alex Watson.
And normally that's the holding area, would be my guess.
Well, penalties are drive stoppers, no doubt about it. Murrieta just throwing for 106 yards a game, and their ground attack not a whole lot better, so this is a team that's really struggled. They beat Adams State and Southern Utah early in the season, but since then have dropped 4 straight all in the Big Sky Conference, still looking for win number 1.
But the scary thing.
Holding, offense, number 11, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, repeat second down.
That also is a scary thing, but another scary thing is the fact that he can explode. I mean, he can throw the ball, he's smart. I mean, Lule is great for the Bobcats. Obviously, his numbers back him up, and his cast has been a little bit more consistent. Murrieta had a big freshman year, etc., all the way up and through, but this year just does not have the receiving core that he had last year.
Ball clear back to the 10-yard line now after the holding call, 2nd and 17. Murrieta out of the gun. This time they'll give it on the handoff, and a short gain on the play. Sanchez now out of the lineup, so in running the football for Northern Arizona is Ryan Williams.
And he had a big game for them last year in a blow-up down at Flag, but he's a different style runner.
So a gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 15 from the 12. Crowd on their feet. Murrieta back to pass. Looks long, gets out of trouble now, fires down the field, has a man. Oh, and a great catch up over the 45-yard line. Hauled down by Sean Fitzpatrick, the tight end, who makes a leaping catch at the 45, and all of a sudden, the Lumberjacks get out of a big, big hole.
Again, that shows the experience right there. But Murrieta, I mean, they had him. 1 miss, 2 miss, and just lays it up over the top right where he needed it. Of course, having the good hands on the end doesn't hurt you any bit when you're pulling that in.
You can't really blame Austin on the coverage there because he had him blanketed, but it was just a perfect throw. And that's a first down to the 48. So the Lumberjacks now in business. Murrieta throws the screen, intercepted. Coming back the other way. 1 man to beat for the touchdown. But what a great play out there by Nick Marutis, who goes up high for the interception and almost took it to the house for 6.
Trying to beat Murrieta, and he would have beat him, could have beat him, he wouldn't have caught him, but lost his footing, changing directions. But he just stayed at home. Nice play fake, but look at that. Yep. Reading it all the way. Nick Marutis, the former Bozeman Hawk, just picks it off and could have taken it to the house, but in trying to change directions as he saw Murrieta there. But here's the Bobcats again. Their field position, their starting field position, each possession's been outstanding here in the first quarter.
Well, here we are on the 24-yard line. 5:30 to go, opening quarter. Lulay looks downfield, has a man, it's complete. And that's Elliot Barnhart, the tight end out of Broadus, who makes the catch. Draws the applause of head coach Mike Kramer.
Something we saw against Portland State, where they've been making a little bit more use of the tight end. And again, this is the good news for the Bobcats. Thus far in Bobcats' 3 possessions, they being the offensive line, given Lulay plenty of time to find a receiver.
Miller comes in as the 4th wide receiver, 2nd and 5 from the 19. Bass in the backfield along with Lulay on 2nd down. Lulay looks into the end zone for Gatewood. Touchdown, Montana State. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Travis Lulay. Put it in the only place he could on the double coverage, and Gatewood brings it in for 6.
Not fair, picking on a freshman, McElwain, back there defending, and he was right there with him, except not with him enough. And Gatewood looking back right into the sunshine and hauls it right in. His 2nd big catch of the 1st quarter.
Just a perfect strike from Lulay to Gatewood. And now Hastings on for the extra point. And it's good. 5:16 to go, opening quarter. Montana State ups the lead 10-0 over Northern Arizona.
Spring, summer, winter, and fall. 4 Seasons does it all. Professional in parking lot and landscape maintenance. Integrity, dependability, knowledge, service. Asphalt rejuvenation to sprinkler irrigation. Tree and turf care to snow and ice liability management. Progressive, protective, curative, creative. We protect your investments. Hardscape, softscape, landscape. You can escape when you call 4 Seasons. Total property maintenance. Serving all Montana and Idaho markets. One call does it all. 1-866-606-2467.
Hi, I'm Eric Kinnaman.
And I'm Joe Baker. You know, a few years ago, Eric and I were teammates here at Montana State University.
As members of CAP football, we live the values of honor, integrity, loyalty, and personal courage.
As a team, Bobcat football breeds pride, tradition, and camaraderie.
Today, Joe and I carry on these values as proud members of the Montana Army National Guard.
The Montana Guard has a proud and storied history of serving our great state and nation. You too can be a member of this team.
And every once in a while, we still get the chance to lay the hit on someone.
Max Media of Montana is taking Montana TV to the max. Max Media of Montana's statewide television group offers you maximized viewing choices with more stations and top programming in each market. Our Montana News Network delivers comprehensive local news, weather, and sports from around our state. The Montana Sports Network puts you in the stadium with Montana State Bobcat football broadcasts. We are Montana. We are Max Media.
Bobcat Game Day is brought to you by 4 Seasons Property Maintenance, your Montana Ford stores, and by Toyo Tires.
Bobcats kick it away after the touchdown, and Anthony will bring it out just over the 20-yard line, where the Lumberjacks will take over. So the Bobcats up the lead on the touchdown strike from Travis Lulay, and take a look at it again, Dean. As we said, this was just a perfect strike in the end zone.
Well, you watch Lulay, number 1, great field vision, and just as the defense closes in, just lobs it right over the top to Gatewood for the touchdown. And career-wise, 106 for Gatewood, which is ironic because the guy who's coaching him, Junior Adams, for the Bobcats, also is at 106. So his next catch, he'll pass Junior.
5 for 5 for 72 yards on the day. So Travis perfect throwing the football. And you can see right now that Montana State has not used a lot of time in getting those 10 points. Murrieta fires and almost picked off again by Corey Austin, who stepped in front of it. And let's go down below to Chris Bach.
Well, guys, NAU in a familiar position. They are down 10-0. They're losing once again. And Coach Jerome Sowers, before the game, told me that they are missing 18 of their preseason 2 deep, which is 44 players. 18 of them are injured. And he said he wouldn't be lying, or he'd be lying if he said it wasn't a factor. We'll see if the second place guys can step up. Back to you.
Well, that's an amazing statistic when you lose that many players. Of course, Sowers, many years at Montana, Dean, 12 seasons with the Grizzlies, 8 years he was the defensive coordinator and was part of that 95 national championship team. There's a pass complete to the tight end up over the 25-yard line. That'll get most of that back. And Sowers very well connected with Don Reed and many seasons together, and a lot of success over in Missoula with that coaching combination.
And he's had his teams obviously at Northern Arizona and at any level, but specifically at the 1AA level. You can't lose the number of players he's talked about. Just look at the Bobcats. The difference this afternoon in the defense, as an example, with Clive Lowe, who they didn't have, and he comes back today and made a difference. Made a difference for the Bobcats. One guy. Well, at this level, one guy can be a big difference.
Gain of 7, 3rd and 3 from the 28. And we'll see what play stoppage is about here. But, you know, you look at this program at Northern Arizona, despite their struggles this season with a 2-5 record. A couple of years ago, Dean, they played in the quarterfinals of the 1AA playoffs.
Yeah, and as you saw the series record coming in, whatever, through the years, they've kind of had the Bobcats number, not the last 2 years, and specifically not last year. But... and in this league also, the other thing, the teams with the good quarterbacks usually win. Well, Lumberjacks have a good quarterback, but you have everybody else beaten up and out, then guess what? Obviously can't do it alone.
There's a quick high pass caught and nailed by Kyle Hunter, who puts a lick on the big receiver for Northern Arizona. That's Marr.
Hunter at 5'10", and of course Marr at 6'6".
What a nice job at hanging on to the football as he has got the legs taken out from him. But right at the first down marker, and that's enough to move the chains.
Well, you got a guy 6'6", you put it upstairs. He's got a guy 5'10" on him, and he has the good hands. Big things for him coming up for Marr. He'll be around a couple more years as just a sophomore, but he had a nice year last year as a freshman, but what a great receiver.
There you see the size matchups. Montana State's O-line against the defensive line of Northern Arizona. Timeout on the field. 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Lumberjacks have a first down at the 32-yard line, trailing 10-0 to Montana State early here in the first quarter. We talked about the closeness, Dean, of the Big Sky Conference. You've got 6 teams within 1 loss of each other for first place. Portland State in Missoula today to take on the Grizz with a half-game lead over Montana at 3-1, and then the Cats in Montana State just a game back at 2-1. Very important to take care of business at home. As Sanchez tries the middle, of that defensive line from Montana State. Nothing doing short yardage. And so as we go into the back half, we talked about it a little bit, Dean, with Montana State really still very much in control of their own destiny. They have 4 games. 3 of those are at home. If you win at home, then you've got that one big game in Cheney in 2 weeks.
And that's always a big one. The Bobcats have always had difficulty with Eastern Washington here. Witnessed last year when the Bobcats had them down, but not obviously totally out, and then several years out there in the darkness at Eastern, it hasn't been a pretty thing. So that certainly will not be a gimme, regardless what Eastern does the rest of the way.
2nd and 9. Sanchez gets to the outside, but then hammered right at the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And we talk about the injuries. Molahan, you recall, is out and came back last week questionable. Basically played 2 weeks ago the whole game at Portland State. Had yet one more week to heal up, and he's been in on a lot of the action already here this afternoon. So again, that's your deal. Lowe is out there. Molahan back, 2 guys that have been missing in action for the Bobcats. And yet here the Bobcats, the key thing in the league, they only have 1 loss. That's the key. Forget the win column right now. They just have 1 loss.
No question about it. So 3rd and 2 now for the Lumberjacks, trying to keep this drive alive. Watson goes in motion. Sanchez with the call, and I think he's going to be wrapped up short of the 1st down. It looks like where they're coming in to mark the ball, he's going to be about a half a yard short.
Now that hole closed very quickly, but watch coming from the side right there.
Good job by the Montana State defenses. Ryan Forrest comes in to make the stop, and it is short of the 1st down, so on comes the punt team. Corey Austin back just inside the 20. And once again, the Bobcat defense coming up big. Well, now we got an
Guess what?
Yep.
Ain't going to happen unless they shift into it, and they're not going to.
No, they're going to run with the football, and that's an easy 1st down for the Lumberjacks. And I think maybe they caught the Bobcats sleeping a little bit. Iguano gets the big fullback, the backup fullback gets the 1st down on the call. Austin was standing all the way back inside the 20-yard line, so already they had numbers.
Well, what's left for them? I mean, you've got nothing to lose. And you didn't need that much. I mean, that was nothing spectacular. Just put your head down and go straight ahead this way.
Nice play. So Murrieta and the Lumberjacks trot back out on offense to keep this drive going as the gain is to the 45. Cats show blitz here. They come off the corner, and this time Sanchez just can't get on track. He'll be taken down for a 2-yard loss.
Kind of a delayed draw, and didn't draw anything but blue shirts. That's the one thing thus far. The Bobcats have done a pretty good job of not allowing NAU to establish any ground game, which has been, as we said before, the Bobcats' problem.
Other games in the Big Sky Conference today. Portland State with a huge game in Missoula against the Montana Grizzlies. Idaho State is at Weber. Eastern Washington will take on the Hornets from Sacramento State. We talked a little about Weber State, Dean. Now, I don't think that's a team anybody really wants to play right now.
Now they're fired up, ready to go every week. Every week is homecoming for them.
They are now 4-4 and 3-2 in the Big Sky. Coming off a couple of huge wins in their program, and all of a sudden they've played their way right back into the race.
Offense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
So penalty will back up the Lumberjacks 5 yards. And Dean, the big play so far.
Well, you can guess. Lulay and Gatewood. Would there be any surprise? The Billings Hotel play of the quarter as Rick Gatewood got himself open. Lulay laid it up over the top. Boom, 6 points just like that. Happened so fast you couldn't see it.
2nd and 18 from the 37. Murrieta gets pressure and he's going to go down. Fumbles the football. Picked up by Montana State to the 10. Inside the 5. Another fumble on the play. And Northern Arizona recovers. Oh, man.
Aaron Pappage thought he was going to get 6. And he was within 3 yards of 6. Good job of the Bobcats putting the pressure on. Is coming right up the middle is Mac Molahan, and he knocks it away, picked up by Pappage, and he's roaming for the end zone. And guess what? Ripped out of there. And back the other way come Northern Arizona. That was Sean Fitzpatrick, the tight end, who went back and played some defense.
Big fella thought he had 6.
Yep.
Got a little excited.
Fitzpatrick, recruited by Harvard, elected Northern Arizona. Brother played for our brothers with the Rams. Brother Ryan Fitzpatrick's with the Rams in the NFL, but a good tight end for NAU. That time he was a good defensive end.
Very interesting sequence of events here as Cats do everything right except right at the end of the play when Papich coughs up the football, and that's going to give it back to Northern Arizona, but back inside the 10-yard line as we're under a minute to go in this opening quarter.
D linemen aren't accustomed to being ball carriers, and Papich is a heck of a D lineman, the sophomore out of Great Falls, but he got within 3 yards. I'm sure the eyes were open wide there. You can see that end zone coming up. He'll still make the highlight reel.
Oh yeah, you got to put him on.
He'll be on the highlight reel with that.
When the big guys run the ball. And we have a new quarterback now for the Lumberjacks. Brian Ariston, a freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona, replaces Murrieta. Gives to Sanchez on a first down call up over the 10-yard line. Maybe 2 on the play.
This kid put up all sorts of numbers last year in high school football. He was all Arizona. His team won the 2004 state title, and they expect big things out of him in the future. They just didn't want to play him this year, but you look at that 6 feet 178. Well, when Lule came to the Bobcats, he was 6 feet 185, and now he's 6'2" and about 210. But this youngster took them all the way last week, except for a couple of plays in that loss to Portland State. So he's getting his baptism under fire again.
Well, Murrieta down there on the sidelines, doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him. The give to Sanchez, tries to turn the corner, gets up to the 15, the 16-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2, and that's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books from Bozeman. Cats lead over Northern Arizona 10-0. Third and 2 from the 17. Fans on their feet here at Sales Stadium. Riston back to throw, looks over the middle, has a man wide open, complete first down. Nice pass and catch out there as Watson hauls it in up over the 25-yard line. And the kid showing some good poise there, Dean. Deep in his own end, makes the nice strike.
Freshman thrower and a sophomore catcher.
And you talked about the youth of this team, and especially at the wide receiver position. And now you got a freshman throwing the football.
Only difference is I think that's the only way he was going, so it's good his receiver was open because he had no time to look off anybody.
First down up to the 26-yard line, and Sanchez this time has some running room up over the 30. Keeps the feet moving, and then a pile of Bobcats drive him down at the 32-yard line as Ryan Force jumps in there from his safety position to make the initial hit, and then brought down. A good gain on the play of 6, 2nd and 4. We talked about Sanchez being the leading rusher for Northern Arizona. He comes in averaging just over 50 yards a game on the ground.
A youngster who is all everything again, an Arizona native who played his high school ball for his dad. He doesn't have the great size at only 5'7", 185, but he is solid, quick, and has decent foot speed too. Sprinter in track in high school.
2nd and 4 from the 32. And Sanchez this time wrapped up, then bulldog down at the 30-yard line. Corey Austin makes the stop on the play for the Cats. Nice job again defensively for Montana State. Big improvement, Dean. And as you mentioned, it's just a case of Montana State really needing to get healthy after that bye week and get their regulars back in there.
Yeah, and the thing is, if Northern Arizona can't run on the Bobcats, as Portland State obviously was able to run on the Bobcats, etc., and other ball clubs have, then you've taken away what may be any hope for them to have the passing game going. And also, obviously they've given up a little on the passing game because you've gone to your freshman now instead of Murrieta.
All right, Ariston, the freshman, under center, 3rd and 4 from the 32. Quick drop, fires out to his right, and I think we're going to get pass interference. 2 flags come in, but no question about it as Kym Hunter put the hit on him well before the ball was delivered.
Well, again, Kym Hunter at 5'10", and you got March 6'6" defending, and took him out of his route, and is going to be pass interference against the Bobcats. Nice ball thrown out in that direction. That's some problems, though, when you think of it, where you've got the experienced QB.
Pass interference, defense. Number 22, since a foul occurred less than 15 yards downfield, the ball be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
But you have an experienced, proven, very efficient quarterback, and he's watching right now. And that tells you right there something's missing, obviously.
This game being brought to you by the Montana National Guard this afternoon. Montana State on top of the visiting Lumberjacks from Northern Arizona. We've already seen a quarterback change, Brian Ariston, the freshman. And we look at the penalties for this afternoon, just 2 for 15 for the Jacks. Montana State's first one of the day coming on the pass interference. And here's a first down run by Sanchez to the 40. Short gain, maybe 1 on the play, and brings up 2nd and long.
And again, Clive Lowe in there. And the Lumberjacks, as any good football team, but what has worked well to the Bobcats in the games, they get the running game going, it opens the passing game. Well, guess what? On the other side of it, the Bobcats this afternoon basically just been throwing the football because Northern Arizona can't stop them. They haven't had to run it.
Well, and this is the kind of game that coaches guard against because, you know, as Montana State looks at these next 4 games, you look at this game as you see Riston's numbers and you think, okay, you got to win at home. Here's a pass over the middle, complete. Well, another great job from Riston, who fires out there across the middle as Simeon Wade makes the catch and takes it all the way down to the 35-yard line. But this is a game, Dean, you're supposed to win. Then you're supposed to win Sac State. So now all of a sudden you start looking ahead to that big matchup with Eastern Washington, but you still got to take care of business on the field first. And that's what Coach Kramer, I'm sure, would be a little worried about in a game like this today.
But you watch the throw. I mean, it's right in there, right where it needs to be. And obviously playing virtually the whole game last week against Portland State, he's a lot more comfortable here than he was a week ago. And he looks like he knows what he's doing. I mean, his numbers in high school would endorse that fact. But you just didn't expect to see him here this afternoon.
Epi King dropped back from his linebacker spot to make the play. Now Riston trying to get his man open out there, and it's intended for number 2. That's Corey Marr, but good coverage by the Bobcats secondary. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. But again, just some nice savvy by Riston as he rolled out, couldn't find anyone open. Then he starts maneuvering the receivers to break off the pattern and makes a good pass.
And he bought himself a little extra time. The O-line gave him decent time to start with. He bought himself a little more.
Kym Hunter back there in coverage for Montana State. Cats come into this game, as we talked about, 2-1 in the conference, coming off that overtime or that loss to Portland State 2 weeks ago.
Get Ryan Williams in there. Now they're all confused. Running back, Iston's confused.
Timeout on the field. 11:49 to go, second quarter. Cats on top by 10.
Why have some of Montana's largest businesses switched to Transaria? Maybe because they are Montana-owned, or because Transaria provides service and products second to none. Mostly because Transaria can provide it all. Private networks, internet, and now VoIP. VoIP allows businesses to turn the internet into a valuable communication tool. The telephone, long distance or local, and clear as traditional service. Save up to 30% on your phone bill. Get rid of multiple bills and get VoIP from Transaria. The business solution is Transaria.
At Northwestern Energy, we work hard to educate about the dangers of natural gas.
I've seen this happen before. You smell a strong natural gas odor, ignore it, and then flip a switch, light a candle, or use the phone. Never ignore the warning signs. If you smell natural gas, leave the area immediately, then call us.
Remember, if the odor is strong, don't stay long. Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
You know, son, you need really special winter tires. Toyo Tires actually test and develop their tires for our winter. They're all-round winter tires working great on ice, snow, and other slippery surfaces. They cut into snow. They clear away moisture. Then crushed walnut shells act like tiny steel spikes digging into the surface. Can you feel that grip, son?
The ultimate grip in all winter conditions. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Second and 10 from the 35. You see some of the crowd turning out for this afternoon's game, and Dino, it's T-shirt weather today.
It is. It's what a great afternoon. They revised the forecast here this morning. Said we could be in 60s this afternoon, which is really unusual for here.
You know, those kids we think are nuts without their shirts, they don't need one today. There's a reverse kind of gone astray, and Williams wound up with the football. He dropped it, then picked it up, and ultimately a loss on the play of a couple.
Down at Flagstaff last year, he was the guy in the running game for them. But, I mean, you have a great idea, but as they come around, wide open, except you have to have the handoff. And that gave the Bobcat Hunter and company, Nick Maruta's time to recover. And all for naught, and now you're in a third and long.
And that's the inexperience of that quarterback. I mean, you don't have just the center quarterback exchange, but again, getting used to handing the ball off to your running backs and your receivers in this case. And so that sets up a 3rd and 12. The loss back to the 37. 11 minutes to go, second quarter. Lumberjacks have had the ball a long time this afternoon, and now a flag comes up. We're going to get delay of game, I believe, on Northern Arizona. And again, freshman quarterback at the helm. These are the types of things you see.
And you're going to definitely be forced into a passing situation if you didn't have one before.
Snap, delay a game, offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 3rd down.
Now the danger, don't make the big mistake.
Well, 3rd and 17 to the 42. And let's go down below to Chris Bach.
Guys, injury update. New quarterback in there, Brian Riston. He's replacing Murrieta because Murrieta's shoulder, the one that's been sore for a while, has acted up. He landed on it funny, and it's caused him to miss time in the last few games, so we'll see if he returns. Back to you.
All right, well, that explains the quarterback change. 3rd and 17. Riston looks long and deep, has a man, and throws behind him. Intended out there for Watson, and kind of got him turned around inside the 20. Incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Forced down there defending. I think he got a little help from the sun also. You're looking back into it, although it hasn't bothered Gatewood for the Bobcats going that way on 2 big ones, including a touchdown. So now you come back with the punting unit. If we look at the numbers, or when we look at the numbers here for the first half, time of possession, yardage, probably NAU's got it in every category.
Right.
Except the big one up there where the bright bulbs are, it's 10-0. So that's the only numbers.
Is that what you call that, the bright bulbs?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this thing, straight up in the air. And it comes down at the 30-yard line, and he's going to get about, what's he going to get on that, about a 5-yard kick, maybe?
Let's see, 31, and
yeah,
about a 10-11-yard kick maybe. So that won't help the average.
Well, he's as we talked about, he's the #1 kicker in the Big Sky Conference. He's 5th in the country in net punting at 42 yards, but that time he just jacked the thing straight up in the air and Montana State gets good field position at the 30-yard line. Big game, as we talked about, Dean, over in Missoula today. Montana takes on Portland State. That, of course, has a lot of bearing on who will remain in first place after Saturday as we get the call.
Make a fair catch, kicking team number 11. 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
Well, they'll tack on 15 more, and boy, things going from bad to worse for Coach Sowers in this game. And I think Bobby Hauck's done a great job with the real banged-up Montana team, Dean, and he's had a lot of injuries in that camp as well, and yet they found a way to beat a good Cal Poly team.
Quarterback. I mean, that was the thing. Boy, what's going to happen now? Well, nothing's going to happen. I mean, they're just going to go business as usual.
There's the numbers on Travis, 5 for 5 for 72 yards. Can't get much better than that.
Nope. The only, Travis can't attempt anymore. That's what I was going to say. The only bad news is he hadn't had a chance to attempt more because they've spent the time as spectators.
First down from the 45. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. This time they'll hand it off. And, boy, nothing there at all. As Bass trotted up the middle and stopped maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And, again, we've talked about the running woes of Montana State's backs has kind of been running back by committee. The passing game's been outstanding. Rick Gatewood in Portland State, 19 catches in that game.
Second all-time for a single game for Gatewood out there. Had a week off to
almost caught
cool down a little.
David Pants.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 45. Lulay with all kinds of time. Makes a nice move at the line of scrimmage. Up over the 40, and Travis Lulay. Now a little extracurricular there between a couple of the players, but a first down run by Travis Lulay.
Okay, you watch what Travis Lulay sees here. Okay, as he gets a snap, and here comes your path, and right on through, nothing to it. Thank you very much. And I am the Bobcats' leading rusher. I am Travis Lulay, and you're not going to touch me. And also is the leading rusher, obviously, today, just with that run.
He made a real nice move at the line of scrimmage that was able to break that off for the big gain. So first down all the way to the 40-yard line. Lulay, and he gets hammered off the corner, now tries to throw, and I think it's going to go as an incomplete pass, but K.J. Girard came crashing in from that left side and really put a lick on Lulay.
Penalty flag late. They had Justin Dominic, who's in there in the backfield, and that's who he was trying to get it to. And
there is no flag on the play. The ball was thrown towards an eligible receiver. No penalty. Right. Incomplete pass.
They did that before. Portland State, Northern Arizona got by with one.
You could see that coming right from the time the ball was snapped, as Girard was not picked up on the corner blitz. And nice job by Travis just to simply make an effort to throw the ball. So 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Lulay, quick little strike to Gatewood. And Gatewood with some good running after the catch. And Rick Gatewood takes it all the way down to the 25, first down. And that's one thing, Dean, that I think he does better than any of the other Bobcat receivers is after he catches the ball, just a real good job of running it.
Well, watch the initial move on that as he gets it, and he leaves one defender, and then it's second effort when he finally does draw contact. But if you watch him and you watch the move, and then he just bowls one over and takes the other down with him. Another first down.
Defense, number 90. 15-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run. Will go half the distance to the goal. First down.
Now you're losing your composure. Not good.
Drew Hoffman on the personal foul. And that's going to take the football all the way down inside the 20-yard line to the 12. Half the distance to the goal. So 1st and 10 from the 12. 5th penalty for the Lumberjacks this afternoon. So Murray and Gwynn split to the right. Bass in the backfield on first down for Montana State. Calls to Bass, looks for running room, not there. And ridden down hard by Chris Hunsaker, the linebacker, who makes a nice stop at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
He needed north and south. He gave him a good vision at east and west, which isn't going to get it. And Northern Arizona, of course, came in and got him for the loss. Marietta down here playing some catch also for Northern Arizona. So Don't know if he'll be back. He has the helmet on, but he's been playing some catch on the sidelines. Whether they get him back in there.
Well, these seasons can get real long in a big hurry when you're having the kind of frustration that Northern Arizona's had this year. And 2nd and 13 now from the 15-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play.
Bigger back in there with Dominic.
Here comes the blitz again. This time, pass is caught by Barnhart, and Barnhart takes it down inside the 10, so they get part of that back. And Elliot Barnhart, the big fella out of Broadus, with the nice catch.
Had a couple here already this afternoon. But I think that was almost kind of a sidearm deal also for Lule. It was. He got it out there where he needed to get it. Nice stop by Wheeler.
Well, we're almost seeing a blitz package pretty much on every play now out of the Lumberjack defense, and I think that's obviously to try to put some pressure on Lule. 3rd and 7 now from the 9. Lule out of the gun, looks into the end zone, has a man, and this one bobbled by Gatewood. Looked like he might gobble up his 2nd touchdown catch of the afternoon, but that time unable to hang on to the football.
Right where it needed to be, similar to the touchdown catch in the corner at the other end, but couldn't pull her down in.
So a victory of sorts for the Lumberjack defense as Hastings will trot on to attempt the field goal. Ball's going to be put down at the 17-yard line from the right hash, so this will be a 27-yard attempt by Hastings on the 4th down play. Kick on the way, plenty of distance, and this one is good, just inside the right upright. 7:45 to go in the 2nd quarter. Montana State's upped its lead to 13. Jeff Hastings field goal makes it 13-0 with 7:45 to go in the 2nd quarter. And Dean, the Cats is kind of slugging one out this afternoon. It's not been the prettiest of games, but getting it done on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they've stunned them a couple times, but haven't delivered the knockout blow, which they've had a couple that they fumbled going down in. There's a couple more scores that got away from them. And Northern Arizona has had the football longer, just hadn't been able to work it to the end zone. So just kind of a different look. I mean, it's 13-0. It's not even really that close. And the Lumberjacks are fortunate there that it is only 13-0.
Well, the one area that they have controlled, as you mentioned, time of possession, and that's kept Montana State and, of course, Travis Lule off the field. That's what you want to do. All right, kick coming down. This one's going to be taken by Bubba Edmonds in the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Edmonds up over the 10, has some running room, hit at the 20, and struggles to the 24, so a good return by Edmonds. And we take a look now at the Big Sky Conference standings going into this afternoon's game, and it is a logjam as we are midway through the regular season. Portland State is your leader at 3-1, but look at this. Montana State a half game back. Eastern Washington, Weber State, and Idaho State with 2 conference losses, so 6 teams all battling it out for that Big Sky title.
Yeah, that Weber State, Idaho State loser today is out of the race with 3.
And Murrieta now back in the lineup for Northern Arizona. We saw him talking to Coach Sowers on the sideline. It looked like he was going to come back. 4 of 8 on the day for 48 yards and an interception. And he'll start from the 23-yard line. He's going to test that shoulder right away. Gets good pressure and a good pass and catch up over the 40-yard line. And Marr will bring it down. And that's a gain all the way up to the 42, so a first down throw by Murrieta, the quarterback. That last scoring drive from Montana State leading to the field goal. 8 plays, 46 yards, 2:38 off the clock, and Hastings with the field goal as Mac Mullahan came up with the stop on the last play. 1st and 10, 7:20 to go, second quarter. Cats lead at 13-0.
Marrin Watson coming in, tied for leading receiver spot.
And we'll swing out there to Watson, and Watson with a nice move over midfield. Kind of jumps over the would-be tackler and gets across midfield into Bobcat territory. Epi King runs him out of bounds.
I mean, the odds are when they're both over there together that one of the two is going to get the ball, in this case Watson, and did a good job of running with it. But the other part of that, even though they were tied coming in, only 25 receptions each, and with Murrieta at quarterback and with the Northern Arizona passing game and so on, that tells you a little bit about where they are. That probably at this stage of the season might even be about half of what you'd expect the leading receiver to have for NAU.
Watson with 25 catches coming into the game. 1st and 10 as Murrieta, here comes the blitz. Fuller tries the sack, but Murrieta rolls out and then fires and completes the pass to Fitzpatrick, the tight end, and that's just a good individual effort there by Murrieta. It looked like Fuller had him dead to rights in the backfield.
Yeah. Delayed corner blitz, you watch this, and then you miss the tackle on a one-on-one. But he'll be coming from his left, spins right out of it, and there's the experience. The pump fake gets low up, and then he's able to complete the pass. So there's the experience. That's the difference between Murrieta and your freshman quarterback.
So the Lumberjacks showing some life offensively. First down to the 34 as Watson goes in motion. Murrieta, quick strike to Marr. Marr inside the 30 to the 28. I mean, he's so big that when he gets tackled, he falls forward for 3 yards.
Yeah, and he's going to catch it. And you got the little guys in the secondary for the Bobcats. Fuller, another 5'10" youngster. And guess what? He's going to catch it, and you're right. And you got to hit him low, which he did to bring him down. If you're going to try and grab him high, he'll just say enjoy the ride.
20 catches for 227. Marr out of Grants Pass, Oregon. He's one of a number of those young receivers that have been asked to step in for the Lumberjacks this year. So the gain is 6, 2nd and 4 from the 28. We wind down to 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. So far, the Bobcat defense yielding yards, but nothing on the scoreboard. Now the throwback, and this one is caught by Watson. Tries to make a move, but ridden down at the 30, and he'll lose 2 on the play.
Good stay at home by the Bobcats. Force. Good job there. A little help from Fuller, but watching that.
I like the Bobcat secondary. Their corners are quick, and then you get the bigger guys, Force and Grenfell, the safeties that can put a lick on you. But this is just good defense right here as Ryan Force does a great job of contain and a 2-yard loss on the play.
Leading Bobcat tackler.
Yep.
And that's smelling it out all the way. And as I say, staying at home, not going with the flow, which obviously was going the other way.
Well, here we go again. 3rd and 7 from the 31. Wheeler and Watson split out to the right.
Have to reset the play clock, I believe. Well, nope, they'll take a timeout.
Timeout on the play. Northern Arizona wants to look it over. 5:20 to go, second quarter. Bobcats lead by 13.
I'm a Ford truck man. That's all I drive.
Whoa! Hey, anybody driving a Ford truck? You left your lights on.
It's Truck Month at your Montana Ford store. Now get a Ford F-150 with 0% financing or up to $4,500 cash back.
Well, I guess Ford separates the men from the boys.
I'm a Ford truck man.
glad that eggplant is available year-round because on the next episode of Kitchen Guy, I'm making one of my all-time favorites, eggplant parmesan, and I hope you'll join me.
This is it. A new season, a new look, a time to build on the past and create a new future. A time to take all the work, dreams, and promise and bring it to the field. Can Travis Lulay orchestrate his offense to the team's third victory in 4 years over the Grizz? Can the revamped defense return to prominence in the Big Sky Conference? Can Mike Kramer hang another conference championship banner in the field house?
Join me, Chris Bach, every week as we track the Bobcats and find answers to these questions on an all-new show, Bobcat Football with Mike Kramer.
These types of things, they aren't supposed to be real.
You ever heard of something like this before? Never seen. Whatever it is out there, no one's living to talk about it. It's out of my hands. Supernatural, the new series.
Tuesdays on the WB.
Bobcat Game Day, brought to you by Transaria, Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you, and by the Billings Hotel and Convention Center.
From the 31, big pressure on Murrieta. Flag comes down. Now he throws it out there, incomplete. Holding?
That would be my guess back there. That's about all it could be. That's what it is.
Yep. Now Murrieta with all kinds of pressure again on 3rd and long. We'll see if the Bobcats would decline the penalty to set up the 4th and long.
Remember on this too, it's 2 possessions and the Lumberjacks could be leading, so let's not go to sleep if you're the Bobcats.
Holding, offense, number 60. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
Penalties declined, and it was funny, the signal from Marr, the wide receiver, he was pointing to the coaching staff saying, hey, let's go. So we'll see if the offense stays in. It looks like they will on 4th and 7. And they are. Murrieta stays out there, so they're going to roll the dice from the 31 and try to keep this drive alive. Mike Kramer firing the team up, fans on their feet. Big play by both teams. Murrieta out of the gun. Gets pressure, now rolls out. Another flag comes in.
Clive Lowe just got tackled.
And the pass incomplete. Oh, what a great job defensively for Montana State. Coming in to break that pass up, but I think
McMullihan got around him, but Clive Lowe had a clear shot, and he was tackled. I mean, he literally tackled him in the takedown. About half wrestling, half football move.
Well, it is holding.
Holding, offense, number 73. Penalty is declined. 1st down, Montana State.
Bobcats refuse the penalty. Will take over from the 31. Good field position, and again, another good stand by the Bobcat defense.
You take a look, and you watch Lowe coming right over, and he's got a clear shot. Except when a guy tackles you, that clear shot evaporates real quick.
Oh, you got to do all that work to get back there, and then to get tackled like that makes it tough. 1st down for the Cats. Turnover on downs from the 31. Bass in the backfield for Montana State, and Lulay. Travis looks across the middle.
That'll be a penalty
for
there.
Miller, incomplete. Nope, no flag.
Well, the fans think so.
Well, the ball and the NAU defenders meeting there right at about the same time.
It's a timing play. You got to hit him just before the refs see you. But the fans thought that was one.
Well, I thought it looked like there was a little movement on the right side of the Montana State offensive line. There was no call there.
A couple of Bobcat fans there celebrating Halloween earlier, practicing. A couple of great outfits over there in first row of the student section.
Monday night Halloween.
Yeah, it is.
What are you going as this year?
I think I'll go as myself. No one will recognize me.
Travis's numbers starting to improve. 7 of 10 now. 2nd and 10. And Lulay this time just tucks it in and falls forward to the 32, but that's only a gain of 1 I'm impressed with this Lumberjack defense, Dean. They've shown blitz. They've come with all kinds of different looks. They've kept Lulay off the field. What more can you do?
Well, that's it. And again, they're just 2 possessions down. I mean, they've been all over the field, except they haven't visited the end zone. But the Bobcats have been very efficient with their limited time with the ball. But again, a couple of fumbles. They'd had a couple more. But this thing is still a ball game.
Short gain on the play, so sets up a 3rd and long for the Cats. Lulay back to throw, looks downfield, has all kinds of time, and then taken down. Wow, another great play by the Lumberjack defense to shut down Travis Lulay and company, and the Bobcats are forced to punt. Hunsaker came in and wrapped up Lulay to set up a punting situation.
Kurt Carson's a freshman for NAU. He had Gatewood. It's like, you're not going to get the ball. It's not coming to you. But look at the time of possession.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. When you look at the score and then look at time of possession, you wonder, how can that be?
Bobcats save money on the water bill this week. The offense won't have to shower.
4th and 9 from the 32. Lulay standing back at his 20-yard line and gets a nice kick away all the way down inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Oh, what a great kick by Travis Lulay, and that's going to start the Lumberjacks deep in their own end.
He runs, he throws.
And there's the Northern Arizona story this year. Started out okay, got the win over Adams State, lost to Division I Arizona, beat Southern Utah, but then they got into the Big Sky Conference and really ran into some problems. They lost to Weber, Sac State, Eastern Washington, and last week to Portland State. So it has not been a good run. On the other side, Montana State, and we've talked about it, Dean, really in a good position to control what they're going to do the rest of the season.
And I think the difference is you have to score, and the Bobcats obviously scoring enough to get it done, but other than Stephen F. Austin, not nearly what they're going to need to in this league, although today 13 has been the magic number in 5 minutes of possession.
Nice run by Sanchez, who was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but manages to get up over the 10-yard line.
But we go the other way. Coaches always talk about you can't leave the defense out on the field all afternoon. Well, guess what? You're leading 13-0, but your defense has thus far played all afternoon.
Well, 2 possessions, Lumberjacks hanging right in now. Keep in mind, Montana State does have all 3 of its timeouts remaining. Northern Arizona has used all 3, as you see Marietta's numbers, 10 of 16 for 103 yards and 1 interception. 2nd and 3, this time he'll operate out of the gun, and this play will be blown dead.
Mistakes on the penalties.
Oh, yeah.
For Northern Arizona here has been a bugaboo for them.
Yeah, now if this goes against Northern Arizona, I'm sure Montana State will start thinking about using those timeouts and getting the football back.
Prior to the snap, full start, offense number 60, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
Well, now also, do you want to gamble defensively since they're buried back there? Jerome Sowers thinking this has been a long season.
3 timeouts works in the favor of Montana State. 2nd and 8, the ball back on the 7-yard line. 2:28 to go, 2nd quarter. Murrieta now gives it to Sanchez, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now let's see if the Bobcats will use a timeout, as he's taken down for no gain.
Great job at just jumping in there by the Bobcats.
Siatonga makes the tackle, and yes, Montana State will use the first of its 3 timeouts. A loss of 1 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9, and if you're Northern Arizona, the last thing you want to do here is make a mistake. Let's go down below to Chris Bach.
Well, guys, Coach Kramer said one of his main focuses in the bye week was to make sure his team did a better job of kick coverage, and they have done just that. In the 4 kicks, they've pinned NAU to the 17-yard line twice, the 21 and the 24. So we'll talk to him about how happy he is coming out at halftime. Also at halftime, we'll talk to Jerome Sowers and head men's basketball coach Mick Durham. See how his team's going to shape up. Back to you guys.
You know, you look at the basketball program at Montana State, and Cats and Grizz picked 1 and 2 in most preseason polls. Here's what we got coming up at the half for you. We will, the Northwest Energy halftime show features Bobcat head coach Mick Durham, and of course highlights and stats from the first half. And I have a feeling, Dean, that when Chris talks to Coach Kramer at halftime, that Coach Kramer's not going to be real happy.
No, 13-0. It's hard to say the Bobcats have dominated. And again, Northern Arizona's had the football 4 times as long as you have, so you haven't really dominated. You dominated on the scoreboard, but 13-0 again for the Bobcats or anybody else in this league is not going to get it done. So.
I think Coach Durham and his crew should be pretty good this year. They were young last year and made that nice run in the Big Sky Conference, and they could be very, very good this year in the Big Sky.
Well, every preseason publication has picked them to win it. They get a great test early in that Top of the World tournament up in Fairbanks with Billy Tubbs as Lamar and Steve Fisher San Diego State and Larry Eustace Southern Miss. So there's some pretty good coaching names in that one up there.
Marietta looks out, has a man. That's Marr intended, who was open at the 20-yard line, but the throw sails out of bounds. And now a late flag comes down in the end zone, and I'm wondering if there was some talking going on back there. We'll see what the ruling is. It's against Northern Arizona.
This has been a long first half for them, and yet they're only down 13-0.
Well,
now Clive Lowe was back there for the Bobcats, and for NAU, it was offensive lineman Jacob Wolf, the big 293-pound senior out of Napa, California.
By the way, if
personal foul, offense number 73. Penalty has been declined, 4th down.
Goes against Jason Wolf after the play, so the Cats will decline it. And I think I could arrange to, if you like, we could arrange to get you on that trip up to Fairbanks, because I know how much you like going up there.
Yeah, the last time they went up there, I passed on that one. It's called the Cat Grizz football game, and this year it'll be the weekend of that also. But they get Illinois Chicago the first game up there. I'm sure Coach Durham talked about that at halftime. That's Jimmy Collins, longtime assistant to Lou Henson down at the University of Illinois when the Lou was coaching there. So there's some good teams in that tournament, and that'll be a good indicator early of just how good the Bobcats are. Well, the bad news for the Bobcats, as good as they are this year, they can't surprise anybody the way they did last year.
No,
they're just too good.
They can, and that was a terrific run they made last year to the Big Sky Conference Championship game out in Portland, Oregon.
Well, and they're all back. So.
And the Grizz, another team that under Larry Kryskowiak that made a nice run as well.
When the penalty is accepted, it is a safety. 2 points.
So now they changed their mind by accepting the penalty. The Bobcats get 2 points, and they'll get the football.
Can you do that, though? Can you take the penalty and then decline it after you find out you get the safety?
Well, I don't know.
Because they had declined the penalty, which brought up the 4th down, declined the penalty, but then after some discussion, then they took the penalty, got the safety. So I'm wondering if maybe Coach Kramer caught the ear of the official and said, well, hey, wait a minute, if we take the penalty, do we get the 2 points? And that was the case.
Now Jerome Sowers is probably asking that too. We didn't know the penalties were multiple choice.
Well, I'm sure he's going out there and saying, well, wait a minute, they refused the penalty. At least that was the call from the official. And I'm sure that the official's getting an earful right now.
Now you take a look at this. This is the flag was dropped late. But you watch. Here comes Clive Lowe off the left side right here, spinning around. Okay, and he's about to fall down. And the official was coming from the backside there, and he dropped the flag. The referee dropped the flag because he was the one that was the closest to it and called it. And the Bobcats get 2, and they get the football.
Well, they're going to should get terrific field position.
2 timeouts remaining, and the other part was we'll go all the way back. The penalty would have done it anyway, but it was an incomplete pass which stopped the clock, which you don't want to do either. Okay.
So Wolf gets called for the personal foul that occurred in the end zone. So because of that, they opt for the safety, take the 2 points. Now we'll get the football back after the kick from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a spot foul, and that might have been pointed out to the Bobcats. Get the ball.
Well,
That's
nobody gets
ball.
on it. It is a live ball, still in the air, and Northern Arizona recovers. And that was Dre Nunes, special teams player. And here comes another foul. Another penalty comes in after the play, and it could be a personal foul tacked onto this.
On that free kick, you have the option to go off the tee or punt it. Either way, it's a live ball because it is a kickoff, and you have the Bobcats standing there looking at it.
Well, it was a short kick and came down between everyone that was back in return formation. Nobody got on it, recovered by Northern Arizona.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul on Montana State. We're going to add 15 yards to the spot where the ball was recovered by Northern Arizona. First down.
Now you watch here, who me? It's the who me catch. You got it, I got it, you got it. Nobody's got it. And then all of a sudden, Northern Arizona has it. As the ball squirts all the way around, the white jerseys decide they want to have it that way. You take another look at it, and there's the ball. Bobcats never really had a shot at it. I mean, Northern Arizona was all over the football. And right now, Northern Arizona playing with a lot more exuberance than are the Bobcats.
From the 29, great field position. And boy, looked like there was a hole there, but then shut down immediately by the Montana State defense. Mac Mullahan crashes in and puts Sanchez on a seat. That's a loss of 1. And now the hurry-up offense for the Lumberjacks. As you mentioned, no timeouts remaining. We're inside 2 minutes to go.
But that's a mistake for the Bobcats also. They would have had pretty good field position, a chance to all but put this away at halftime.
Here comes the blitz. Murrieta rolls out of it, makes a nice little catch to Fitzpatrick, the tight end. He gets out of bounds, which will stop the clock at the 25. Well, the Cats coming with the blitz off the corner, and Murrieta smartly rolls out of the pocket and then completes the pass to Fitzpatrick and sets up a 3rd and 6 from the 25.
Remember, they have Robbie DeHaze, and he's only missed 1 field goal all year, and that was over 50. And this one wouldn't be over 50, so it's well within his range. They would like to just get on the board because second half Bobcats will get the kickoff.
Oh, no question. Anything on the board would be positive for them right now. 3rd and 6 from the 25. Murrieta straight drop, fires out to the right, and this one is incomplete. And a good job by Hunter to break it up, intended for Marr. And that's going to trot out the field goal unit for Northern Arizona. And again, great defense turned in by the Cats on that series.
Yeah, Murrieta did a good job of throwing the ball out there. I mean, he puts it on the line, but Hunter just kind of got around. I think he kind of had seen enough of Marr in the first half to know that my 6'6" guy is probably going to get the ball, so he hung around.
Came in right at the last minute to break it up. So the spot of the football will be at the 32, so this will be a 42-yard field goal attempt for DeHaze, who's 8 of 9 on the year, has a 46-yarder to his credit this year. Ball down, kick on the way, and this one is no good. So DeHaze misses from 42 yards, and a golden opportunity gone by for the Lumberjacks to get points right before the end of the first half.
Kicking in a dome.
Different.
Kicking under the big sky.
Yeah. Yep. Grass versus turf.
Yeah.
Wind versus ideal conditions.
Big difference.
Big difference. The crowd likes it. And in this second quarter, Dean, the Montana defense coming up big with some key plays.
Yeah, good job there because it was handed to the Lumberjacks. Murrieta getting a lot of pressure from the defense as he's just trying to find anybody and scramble for something. And then you're throwing back across your body, and Hunter read it all the way.
2 timeouts remaining. Cats still with a chance here before the half. That ball incomplete, intended for Tremaine Murray.
Thrown behind him.
Yep. But again, Travis with plenty of time to throw the ball.
And he has a little tailwind.
He does. 2nd and 10. We really haven't seen him stretch the field much today throwing the ball. Most of it's been the underneath stuff and the short passes. We'll see what he does here. Barnhart comes out. And that usually brings in the extra wide receiver, which is Miller, who split wide left.
Redraw first.
2nd down with quarterback draw. Travis tries to get to the outside and does. 1st down up over the 35. That is just good heads-up running by the senior quarterback. He knew right where he needed to get for the 1st down, got just enough to move the chains, and stops the clock.
5 seconds. That's all it took.
This is design play all the way, and Lulay just wins the race to the outside, turns the corner, first down.
Dominic's in there not to run, but to block. He's the best blocking back they have. I mean, it's no secret what the Bobcats are going to do with it. The secret is how NAU can stop it.
38-yard line and a first down as Lulay looks across the middle, and that one almost picked off. He intended for Tremaine Murray, and nice job defensively back there as Northern Arizona, good coverage by Chris Theus, the defensive back, and incomplete pass will bring up second down from the 38.
Yeah, he was probably the last option because you want one a little longer than that, a little deeper, or even up the sidelines.
Well, Tremaine Murray's been a nice surprise for Montana State, hasn't he? At wide receiver to complement Rick Gatewood and Chaz Gwynn.
And now watch Kirk Karstens there on the other side. He's a freshman, and that's who Gatewood will be working on.
From the 38, second down, Lulay looks long for Gwynn. Gwynn has his man beat, and a catch to the 20-yard line. What a big-time catch by Chaz Gwynn. The gain all the way down inside the 20. You can't do it any better than that.
Well, Northern Arizona was also watching Gatewood. Unfortunately, they should have been watching Gwynn. You talk about sticking it up in the jet stream and letting it just carry. Watch the lob job on this one. He just hangs it up high, and isn't it a beautiful thing? Gwynn watching it all the way. Now you got more than enough time to take it to the house.
Clock is running inside 1:10 to go as we're waiting for the chain crew to get down there and hustle on down before they start the clock. Ball is on the 21. Cats have 2 timeouts remaining, so plenty of time to score here before the half. But that was just a great individual effort. He got single coverage out there, had his man beat, and then laid out and made a sensational catch.
Yeah, that was the one we
Still first down.
talked about before, Theus.
Men on the field.
And then he got burned. Jerome Sowers does not want them to give up one right now. You're 2 scores away right now.
Yeah, touchdown.
At 15, and the Bobcats are getting the ball back to start the third quarter. You don't want to give one up now.
Lulay with all kinds of time and then overthrows Dominic at the 15-yard line on 1st and 5. Penalty takes the ball to the 16, well within Hastings' range, obviously. 3 points looks pretty good here because it ups it into a 3-possession game, but I'm sure the Bobcats would like to punch it in and get the touchdown here. Little insurance going into the third quarter.
Northern Arizona got penalized 5 for too many men on the field, but they said, hey, the way Lulay's been throwing it, that gives us equal opportunity.
2nd and 5 on the incomplete pass. 56 seconds to go in the second quarter. Montana State threatening as Lulay drops back to pass. Pumps, now brings it down. Lots of running room inside the 10 to the 5 and all the way down to the 3-yard line. Travis Lulay picks up the first down. And again, heads up running by the senior quarterback. Looked like he was going to throw the football, Dean. Good coverage by the NAU secondary. Tucks it in, gets the first down.
He gets a good block down there, too, as he gets near the 5-yard line. But you watch him read it as the whole, everything just opens up. And he gets the block there and then comes back down inside. And he will be the Bobcats' leading rusher for the first half. He's the leading rusher on the season.
1st and goal from the 3. Lulay swings it out to Bass. No one will touch him. Touchdown, Bobcats. Travis Lulay to Michael Bass. 6 points for the Cats right before the half.
That's what you can do with the senior. He sees the whole field. Here's Bass just on a little flare out of the backfield. Just that soft touch, and here, just he could have walked right in with it.
All alone in the flat, and Bass did the rest after the catch. In for the score, and that ups it to 21-0. And it comes with 32 seconds to go in the second quarter. That is a backbreaker for Northern Arizona.
Yeah, that's the one you don't want to give up. That changes everything.
Extra point up and good. And Dean, as we look at it again, and you called it, Michael Bass couldn't have been any more open on this play.
He just kind of goes out in the flat, and nobody there.
Well, Chaz Gwynn ran an in play from the wide receiver, and that brought the corner with him. And then Bass just comes in behind him, makes the catch, and that's how you draw it up in practice.
Yeah, you left him all alone out there. Jason Webb, a defensive lineman, was kind of caught in between, and a defensive lineman is not covering Michael Bass, so somebody got screwed up there.
You know, one of the things that we talk about, Dean, that's secondary to the game, but speaks to the success of the program is how well your program is being supported. And this is our, fourth home game this year, and we've pretty much had a full house in every one. And that obviously is a big plus for this team as they try to build that program to take it to the next level. Of course, you get fans like this guy jumping around. It's all good.
These guys are all sitting in the who me good looking I am section.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom, send more money.
Right. Well,
they're having a good time. That's what it's all about. Come on out here and have fun.
It is a fun afternoon in Bozeman when it's game day with Montana State. And here's the scoring drive for the Cats. It comes right before the second quarter. And again, time of possession, minute 5, but it leads to 6. 7 plays, 75 yards. Lulay to Bass for the touchdown, all set up by the great catch by Chaz Gwynn.
And the Bobcats have been very efficient this afternoon. Time of possession is almost nil, and they're up 22-0.
So Bolton's kick will come down to Edmonds at the 5. And he squirts through to the 30, to the 35, flag on the play. Boy, we have seen a lot of stuff on the field today with penalties, and here's another one.
Yeah, Northern Arizona in time of possession and penalties. One does not complement the other.
I don't think Bubba's going to get his run on this one. The gain was up to the 38-yard line, and it's holding against Northern Arizona, and it came right where he got through that line there, right where he popped through. That's right where the flag came in. Holding, that'll back him up, and I'm sure at this point Northern Arizona will be content to run a play and get into the locker room.
Two similar speeches at halftime, both coaches telling their ball clubs to crank it up, not let down. Northern Arizona
on the receiving team, number 18, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Because as we said, the Bobcats haven't had the ball that much. You could get totally blown up. And likewise for the Bobcats, don't let these guys off the hook. Don't let them off the hook. You're up 22-0, but that's only for 2 quarters. There's 2 more to go. So, and you know, the Bobcats really didn't put them away a couple of opportunities in the first half, but now they've moved it up to 22-0, but they haven't really found their groove yet.
Penalties starting to pile up from Northern Arizona's side. 9 for 75, just 2 for the Cats, and Murrieta's just going to take a knee, and that's going to do it for the first half. So Montana State at home trying to pick up a Big Sky Conference win. They lead it at the halfway point, 22-0 over Northern Arizona. And Dean, as you said, statistically it isn't going to look pretty, but it all looks good on the scoreboard.
Well, Northern Arizona has had that football so much of the first half, and that's what I think would bother Coach Jerome Sowers, is that, wait a minute, we've had the ball, and the name of the game is to get it to the end zone, and we haven't done that. I mean, they have done a good job of controlling the football, but the other end of it, Travis Lulay and his group have been very efficient, and that's got to be what's frustrating to Jerome Sowers, that the defense has forced the Bobcats off the field.
Let's take a look at the schedule coming up for the Bobcats and Montana State as we go down the home stretch of the Big Sky Conference race. 4 games remaining, starting today with Northern Arizona, and then of course we'll be home again next week against the Hornets from Sac State, and then that big game looming out in Cheney that we've talked about at Eastern Washington. And well, you know, there just is not an easy win on the schedule anymore. You know, you see Eastern getting bumped off, and the Cats losing here and there. There just isn't an automatic W. Let's go down below to Chris Bob.
Guys, I'm joined by NAU head coach Jerome Sowers. And coach, you go into halftime trailing 22-0. You've had plenty of opportunities. What do you need to do in the second half to take advantage of those?
We're moving the ball better in between the 20s, but we're not done well enough in the red zone. We're not executing at the times we need to, and that last drive really hurt us. You know, we had a turnover, we had an opportunity to score, didn't get any points, and they drove and put 7 on us. So that was a tough change in momentum. So we got to come out and execute better in red zone and take opportunities.
One aspect of your game that has been so good all season, your kicking game and the punting game, it struggled mightily in the first half.
Yeah, we struggle a little bit. We'll work with his steps. He's a good punter, and he'll respond.
All right, thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Well, he talked about it, the touchdown right at the end of the half, 22-0 our score. We're at halftime in Bozeman.
Spring, summer, winter, and fall. 4 Seasons does it all. Professional in parking lot and landscape maintenance. Integrity, dependability, knowledge, service. Asphalt rejuvenation to sprinkler irrigation. Tree and turf care to snow and ice liability management. Progressive, protective, curative, creative. We protect your investments. Hardscape, softscape, landscape. You can escape when you call 4 Seasons. Total property maintenance. Serving all Montana and Idaho markets. One call does it all. 1-866-606-2467.
Hey Bobcat fans! The Billings Hotel and Convention Center has a package just for you. For just $68, you get 1 night stay with a room for 4, complimentary continental breakfast, plus water slide passes and 2 passes for comedy night. When you call, just ask for the Bobcat Special. The Billings Hotel and Convention Center, conveniently located off the King Avenue interchange, has all the services you expect. Dine in comfort in the restaurant or take a dip in the pool when you take advantage of the Bobcat Special at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
You know, son, you need really special winter tires. Toyo Tires actually test and develop their tires for our winter. They're all-round winter tires working great on ice, snow, and other slippery surfaces. They cut into snow. They clear away moisture. Then crushed walnut shells act like tiny steel spikes digging into the surface. Can you feel that grip, son?
The ultimate grip in all winter conditions. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Halftime in Bozeman, where the Bobcats lead Northern Arizona 22-0 our score. And Dean, through 2 quarters, I think the scoreboard pretty much the way we expected it to go. Northern Arizona, a team coming in still looking for Big Sky win number 1 at 0-4. The Cats, of course, at or near the top of the Big Sky and needing a win today to stay there. What really did surprise us, though, was how well Northern Arizona clock management in that first half, no question.
Yeah, they control the football, which you want. The MSU defense out there way too long in the first half, but yet Travis Lulay comes and gets it done. So now the big one was giving up the last score by the Bobcats for Northern Arizona. 2 possessions before that. Now, not only are you 3 back, but also MSU gets the football to start the second half.
All right, much more. Halftime in Bozeman. Montana State leads it big over Northern Arizona. Back after this.
There's a silent killer in your home. You can't see it or smell it, but left undetected, carbon monoxide poisoning can cause flu-like symptoms, confusion, or even death. Keep your family safe. Have your furnace cleaned and checked every year. And if you suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, leave the area immediately. Call Northwestern Energy and get medical help.
There is a CO problem.
Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you.
I'm a Ford truck man.
It's Truck Month at your Montana Ford store. Ready for a throwdown? Get big savings on Ford trucks, including Super Duty, with the most power, most payload, and most towing capability of any pickup truck.
Are you bad enough to drive a Super Duty?
Now during Truck Month, get $2,000 cash back on the bigger, bolder, tougher than ever Ford Super Duty. That's $2,000 cash back on Super Duty. Hurry to your Montana Ford store during Truck Month.
Ain't no doubt my king on the mountains built Ford tough.
Hi, I'm Eric Kinnaman.
And I'm Joe Baker. You know, a few years ago, Eric and I were teammates here at Montana State University.
As members of CAP football, we live the values of honor, integrity, loyalty, and personal courage.
As a team, Bobcat football breeds pride, tradition, and camaraderie.
Today, Joe and I carry on these values as proud members of the Montana Army National Guard.
The Montana Guard has a proud and storied history of serving our great state and nation. You too can be a member of this team.
And every once in a while, we still get the chance to lay the hit on someone.
Max Media of Montana is taking Montana TV to the max. Max Media of Montana's statewide television group offers you maximized viewing choices with more stations and top programming in each market. Our Montana News Network delivers comprehensive local news, weather, and sports from around our state. The Montana Sports Network puts you in the stadium with Montana State Bobcat football broadcasts. We are Montana. We are Max Media.
The Northwestern Energy Halftime Report is brought to you by Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you.
Energy Halftime Report. And with us is head men's basketball coach Mick Durham. And Coach, you guys ready to start your season?
Well, right now, Chris, it feels like
basketball season right now, the way the weather is, with the way this wind's picking up. And we scrimmaged this morning. We look forward to start our exhibition season next weekend. We start for real here in about 2.5 weeks. So, I think our guys are excited, a lot of experience back, and I think we'll be ready to go.
You definitely have a lot of experience back. All of your starters are returning this year. Where does this team rank potentially on the list of the rest of the teams you've coached?
Well, one of the announcers up in the booth, Dean Alexander, he keeps asking me the same question. And, we're going to be a good team. We haven't played a game yet, so we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. But potentially, we have a chance to do some real good things, and we got to get through the non-conference and get some confidence. And then when we get to league, that's when we got to be playing well.
Well, you guys, speaking of league, you were picked to finish last season, and you finished second and did some damage in the tournament. This year, it's the flip side of the coin.
Well, I hope everybody's right on their predictions this year, because everybody was wrong last year. Last year, you get picked down low, and I mean, you do have a motivation all year. And this year, a lot different. Now you're picked to win it, and so I mean, we got to drive these guys and be determined, and let's finish where everybody wants us to finish.
Should be a great season. We're looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Chris. As we continue on at halftime, there's the score. Montana State leads big over the Lumberjacks. Back after this. Montana State on top of the visiting Lumberjacks from Northern Arizona, 22-0. We are at a halftime in this afternoon's game, and boy, when you look at the statistics of the first half, I know the one thing that'll jump out at everybody is right there in the bottom left of your screen, time of possession.
That, and also a magnificent rushing game for both ball clubs here this afternoon. Obviously, it's through the air or not. Just not pretty. Leading rusher for the Cats, Lule, but you're right, that time of possession, basically 22 minutes to 8 minutes, almost 3 times as long, and you have no points.
Right.
That's what would be frustrating for Coach Sowers in the locker room at halftime. Yeah, the Bobcats can kind of pat themselves on the back. Look, we only had it for 8 minutes and we scored 22 points, but there's a couple other touchdowns probably they should have had. I mean, this thing literally could be totally out of hand right now, similar to last year's down in Flagstaff when the Cats were up 53-0.
Well, and then offsetting the time of possession, the penalties for Northern Arizona, 9 for 74 yards, just 2 for Montana State. But, yeah, and the rushing yards, I mean, that's been an Achilles heel of Montana State all season. Typically, Travis Lule has been the leading rusher and is again today. So let's check a look at some other games around the Big Sky Conference, and a big one going on in Missoula right now. And Montana with a 14-0 lead over Portland State in the first quarter. So the Vikings come in as the league leaders by a half a game, but the Cats, or rather the Grizz, have put up a couple of first quarter touchdowns. They lead in that one. Idaho State and Weber State getting set to kick off. And then Eastern Washington travels down to California to take on Sacramento State. That will be played later this afternoon. Stay with us. Halftime continues from Bozeman.
At Northwestern Energy, we work hard to educate about the dangers of natural gas.
I've seen this happen before. You smell a strong natural gas odor, ignore it, and then flip a switch, light a candle, or use the phone. Never ignore the warning signs. If you smell natural gas, leave the area immediately, then call us.
Remember, if the odor is strong, don't stay long. Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you.
Why have some of Montana's largest businesses switched to Transaria? Maybe because they are Montana-owned, or because Transaria provides service and products second to none. Mostly because Transaria can provide it all. Private networks, internet, and now VoIP. VoIP allows businesses to turn the internet into a valuable communication tool. The telephone, long distance or local, and clearest traditional service. Save up to 30% on your phone bill. Get rid of multiple bills and get VoIP from Transaria. The business solution is Transaria.
This is it. A new season, a new look, a time to build on the past and create a new future. A time to take all the work, dreams, and promise and bring it to the field. Can Travis Lulay orchestrate his offense to the team's third victory in 4 years over the Grizz? Can the revamped defense return to prominence in the Big Sky Conference? Can Mike Kramer hang another conference championship banner in the field house?
Join me, Chris Bach, every week as we track the Bobcats and find answers to these questions on an all-new show, Bobcat Football with Mike Kramer.
You might have heard about it. We have a train wreck. We need all hands on deck. The show everyone's talking about.
You're gonna pull this pole out of us?
Sunday at 10/9 Central.
I need some help.
For these doctors.
How do you tell someone she's going to be dead in a few minutes?
Their defining moment is now.
Whoever you move doesn't stand a chance.
The most powerful new episode of this season.
We're gonna do everything we can.
The one that's not to be missed.
How do you decide who gets to live?
An all-new Grey's Anatomy, Sunday 10/9 Central, only on ABC.
Back in Bozeman, we're at halftime of this afternoon's game where Montana leads over Northern Arizona 22-0. First half highlights for both teams. Well, Northern Arizona doing a good job controlling the football. I thought the Bobcat defense played very well, Dean, and there we see Travis Lulay going to work for MSU.
Right, and guess who?
Yeah, Rick Gatewood.
That's all you need, and that was the biggie. That was the Bobcats' first play. Here you go, we're off and running, and Northern Arizona is safe. And again, Northern Arizona comes back, but again, Gatewood, and this time laid right in there, and this time, obviously, he held on. Murrieta out to Marr. Marr using all 6'6" to get that one, kept their drive alive. They controlled the football, as we said, the majority of the first half. And then Chaz Gwynn, boy, I mean, on just the lob, big rainbow over the top. And then Lulay finds Bass out there all by himself. And I know he's short, but he's not that short. You still should be able to find him. He's wearing blue and gold.
Well, a touchdown, that coming right in the final minute of the second quarter, and that is up the lead for Montana State to 22-0. And as you see, the weather conditions getting a little cooler and a little windier in Bozeman. We're at halftime of this afternoon's game. Halftime winding down, and as we start the second half of this game, Montana State comfortably on top, leading Northern Arizona 22-0 here in Bozeman, the first of back-to-back home games for Montana. Next week, of course, it's Sacramento State. Road game following with Eastern Washington, and then the Cat Grizz game right here in Bozeman to close out the season. That's the good news, Dean, as Montana State plays 3 of its last 4 in a very crucial stretch at home.
You bet. And the other thing, when you're talking at home here in Bozeman, as we've seen before, the weather can change from quarter to quarter, half to half. And the second half, the good news, the Bobcats with a 22-0 lead. As the weather is starting to darken up a little, the clouds are coming in and the wind has picked up considerably. So guess what? Northern Arizona doesn't have that many options as to what they can do. Being down 22-0, the Bobcats with the lead. They can try to grind it out, if at all possible, in the second half, chew up some clock. But with a 22-0 lead, the weather not as big a factor for the Bobcats, I guess what I'm saying, as it will be or could be for Northern Arizona.
All right, Chris Bach down on the field, standing by with head coach Mike Kramer. Chris?
Thanks, guys. Coach, you go in at halftime leading 22-0. Could have easily been much more.
Well, and it's 0-0 now as you start the second half. We can't commiserate about what happened to us. We have to make sure we take care of the second half, and we get the ball here to start. Hopefully for the third game in a row, we'll be able to drive down and get some points.
One thing you guys focused on mightily through the last 2 weeks is kick coverage. You guys are doing a pretty good job of that.
And I hope we can continue it. Doing a great job on our kickoff coverage, getting nice kicking from Tyler. Some of those guys on those teams are really showing that they can play in those teams.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys.
Well, so the decision to defer in the to start the game, just the scenario that Coach Kramer would like, Dean, is they will get the ball, and as he mentioned, the last 2 games, they've gotten the ball to start the third quarter, gone down, gotten points, and that's the plan.
Coach Kramer gets a 5-yard penalty for using the word commiserate. The only coach in the Big Sky ever to use that in a halftime interview.
You know what, though, in that interview with Mick Durham, that when Chris had at halftime, you know you're famous when you get name dropped. Now, you notice I didn't get the name drop, but you did. So that just shows where our stature is up here in the booth.
It just makes me know that any conversation I have with Coach Durham, I will use the same question.
Here's the upcoming schedule for Sacramento State. And make a note that next week again will be a noon kickoff as the Hornets roll into Sales Stadium. Then on the road against Eastern Washington. And the Cat Grizz game to close out the season. The Max Media Montana Sports Network bringing you the next 2 games after this week and leading up to Cat Grizz to close out the regular season.
Schedule-wise, those last 2, obviously, you wouldn't want that normally, but what's the difference? You have to play them sometime. But otherwise, getting NAU and Sac State back-to-back on your home turf at this stage of the season is great. So you get some, you give up some.
Northern Arizona to kick it away as we start the third quarter. This one coming down to Miller way in the back of the end zone. And Montana State will start 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And again, we'll see if they can keep some of that momentum that they built just before the half when they went in and punched in a touchdown with under a minute to go.
Going into the win, let's see the play calling, if there's any adjustment or if it's just basically Air Lule again, or at least initially.
Well, we thought that maybe with the lead that this would be a good opportunity for Montana State to try to work on their running game, see if they can take some time off the clock, but we'll see what happens in this opening drive. I'm sure that Coach Kramer's not satisfied with a 22-point lead this early as we get set to go in the third quarter. Take a look at Travis, what he's done today, 9 of 15 for 157, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Bass will stay in the backfield to start the second half. Travis, quick drop, looks downfield, good coverage, and finds some room to the outside, but then driven out of bounds, and that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
Northern Arizona coaching staff upstairs wanted holding on that play, but there is no yellow hankies down there, so won't get any holding, just a loss.
Well, that was on that particular play, again, credit the Lumberjacks secondary. They were blanketed, the Bobcat receivers in particular, Chaz Gwynn, who Travis was looking at in there in the flat, but just nowhere to go. So loss of 2, 2nd and 12 from the 18. Opening possession, third quarter. And Lule looks downfield, has Bass for a moment, and then in and out of the hands, drops the football at the 20. I think he was trying to run with the ball before he gathered it in.
Yeah, he was running, forgot he had the ball. He also had Theus out of the corner of his eye coming up to put the dinger on him and dropped the mail, and now it's 3rd and long, and here you go. So this is interesting. Coach Kramer wanted to come out the first drive, first possession, second half, and get it going, and now you're looking at 3 and out.
3rd and 12 from the 18 now, as Cats have misfired on their first 2 plays here of the second half. 4 wide receiver set on 3rd down. Lule looks downfield for Gwynn, or rather that was Tremaine Murray right at the 50-yard line. Decent pass, but again, great coverage by the defensive secondary of Northern Arizona. That time they had the double team on Tremaine Murray, and it was K.J. Gerard that knocks it away. That'll set up 4th down.
Yeah, you're picking on the wrong defender on a 3rd and long. K.J. Gerard set a record last year, a couple of INTs for touchdowns, 140 yards and interception yardage last year. Just a sophomore. He's a big leaguer, to put it mildly, and there was no way you're going to get it over him, and obviously didn't happen.
So Lule stands inside the 10-yard line on 4th and 12. He'll kick it away. So 3 and out for Montana State to start this second half. Ball skips on the ground, but Lule able to get away. It's a good kick, sails out of bounds.
His second punt of the afternoon. The first one was 62. That one accomplishes no return, which is good, but as far as field position, not so hot.
Great start for Northern Arizona now in the 3rd quarter. They get a 3 and out and now get the football at the 40-yard line to start their opening drive. You can't ask for much more than that as Murrieta trots his team out.
Much as the first half was, and yet the Bobcats put up 22 to none for Northern Arizona, but less than impressive with a 3 and out to start the 3rd quarter. And they're going into the win, the Bobcats, so this has to be a big quarter for NAU.
Oh, Murrieta operates out of the gun on 1st down.
Checking off.
Changing the play here, long count. Now the give stays on the ground, hit at the 40-yard line. Good job by the Bobcat defense as Josh Sales, the running back, gets the call for the Lumberjacks. Not much there.
And Toff Grenville, we haven't called his name much this afternoon, but he gets up and puts a stop on him.
You mentioned at the top of the show that Toff, the leading tackler for Montana State coming into this afternoon's game.
What you need to do if you're Northern Arizona, controlling the football as you did in the first half is wonderful, but you need some quick scores right now. I mean, you can't burn up all the clock in both quarters and get nothing this half. You have to make something. You have to be as efficient as the Bobcats were when they had it the first half.
2nd and 7 from the 43. They give him a 3-yard gain on the play. Murrieta throws it out there for Morrow, makes the catch inside the 50 down to Montana State territory. And that's 1st down as the Lumberjacks keep this drive alive. Good toss and catch there by the big wide receiver.
Well, there's not a bigger receiver on the field, so why not give it to him? Epi King comes over. Fuller's over there. Number one, not a defensive back is going to bring him down one-on-one if and when he gets it to start with, and no one's going to get up and take it away from him. So once he gets it, you have problems. That time, the problem resulted in a 1st down.
Watson comes in motion on 1st and 10. Murrieta rolls right. Looks outside now, throws the ball for Watson, but good coverage over there again by Hunter and Grenfell. Got some help from the backside, and incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10.
Also, the wind blows funny here in Bobcat Stadium, so you start lobbing it up and you get a little bit underneath it, and you're not quite sure. So even with the wind, you got to be aware of the possibility of interception. Travis Lule, of course, would know the wind as well as anybody would, as he's done a great job through his career of throwing into that wind here, but it's almost a swirling or a crosswind sometimes, and that's where a lot of opposing quarterbacks come in, and they end up with an interception on what's a well-thrown ball, but the wind takes over.
Decent numbers for Murrieta, 12 of 21. 2nd and 10 as he goes to work back up top, looks downfield, still looking, now fires, has a man open, and Watson drops the football at the 17-yard line. And Dean, he was there for the catch and a big 1st down, but couldn't come down with it.
Murrieta put it right where it needed to be, and he had some of that John Elway zing on it.
Shoulder must be feeling pretty good. But you talked about the wind, and in particular, the way that they have the wind at their back in this third quarter, so you would think that if they're going to do anything offensively, it has to come in quarter number 3.
Well, the other giveaway here, you have Murrieta now wearing a hand warmer down there. That's not a good sign. I'll tell you what, that's not good.
Nope.
That's the wussy factor, about a 7 here.
3rd and 10 from the 45. Murrieta fires out into the flat. It's caught by Marr. Run out of bounds at the 35, and that is right at the sticks.
And Murrieta got leveled after he let it go, and the penalty flag is down. So the Bobcats will pay for it too. Jerome Sowers way out on the field. Way out on the field on that one.
Well, Riston had his hat on and was ready to come in the game. Now the catch where the mark of the football is going to be a first down, and now we'll see what the flag is.
.43. The 15-yard penalty be added on to the end of the run. First down.
Nick Marutis a little late to the party, but he introduced himself anyway.
Big penalty against the Bobcats that will take it all the way down to the 20-yard line after the first down catch. So 1st and 10, and the Lumberjacks here with a chance to get on the board early in this third quarter. Watson goes in motion, Sanchez in the backfield, and this time he'll get the call. And he is hit and ridden down right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Saucedo for no gain on the play.
Coming up and in and underneath, doing a good job. Very quick, reading it out all the way, and that's one of the Bobcats' pride and joy freshmen.
Got a lot of years ahead of him on the defensive line from Montana State. Sanchez's numbers, 15 for 42. He's averaging 55 a game, and Coach Kramer now extolling his defense to come up with a stop. It's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And a golden opportunity really for the Lumberjacks to play themselves right back into this football game. And this play will be blown dead.
One other thing about the Lumberjacks, too, as we go up and down the roster and look at the numbers and the guys playing out there, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. So that's the good news and bad news. A lot of it due to injuries, some of it due to talent.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
Boy, a lot of that against Northern Arizona today. And they did not need that at the 25, so 2nd and 15 now.
Shooting them off one toe at a time.
Yeah. And again, the penalties 10 for 79. Montana State just 3 on the afternoon. So Northern Arizona and Murrieta looks downfield, heavy pressure, throws it up into double coverage. Ball is caught and dropped by Watson. Man, he had 6 points, Dean, if he hangs on to the football.
But you saw the funny fly to the football a little bit with the wind, hung up there forever. You got 3 blue jerseys there, and you can't make the reception. That's the one you have to catch if you're Watson. He thought he's interfered with.
Oh boy.
Brown cannot cause the fumble. Make your own call at home.
No replay in college football. It'll stand. Incomplete pass. 3rd down, but well, I got to tell you, it looked like he might have had possession.
He had it all the way down.
When he hit the ground, and that was right on the end zone. So another big play for the Bobcat defense early in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the blitz. Murrieta rolls out of pressure and just throws it down.
Now that's got to be a penalty there.
Yeah,
and there comes the flag. He's even left-handed. He just heaved it out of bounds.
So Ryan Force and Toff Grenfell makes the play in the backfield, and then intentional grounding is going to be the call.
Not a good decision. He got the freebie in the first half. Not going to get it here. No receivers around.
Grenfell had him dead to rights, and Murrieta tried to get rid of the football as a forward pass, but that will not stand.
Coach Mike Kramer helping them out in case they're not sure what to call. A little bit of advice.
Intentional grounding, offense number 14. Although out of the pocket, the pass the quarterback threw did not cross the line of scrimmage. The penalty will be a loss of down at the spot of the pass, 4th down.
Yeah, that was their argument down there. You could say that he was out of the tackle box, but take a look yourself. Jerome Sowers not as upset as you might think. Obviously not happy. But he pulled this in the first half and got away with it. Watch how he just underhands it out there, and there's nobody around. I mean, it was actually closer to a lateral than it was anything else.
Threw it behind the Bobcat bench on the sideline. So 4th and 27. And once again, the Montana State defense comes up big. You remember originally they had the football Dean down at the 20-yard line with a first down, but it's all going backwards since then.
Yeah, they had that old thing called momentum going. But Mo just ran out of gas.
So Madrid stands right at midfield. He'll try to pin it inside the 10. Big high kick, and this one's just going to sail into the end zone.
Not a good kick.
No. 12:16 to go, third quarter. Montana State leads.
Spring, summer, winter, and fall. Four Seasons does it all. Professional in parking lot and landscape maintenance. Integrity, dependability, knowledge, service. Asphalt rejuvenation to sprinkler irrigation. Tree and turf care to snow and ice liability management. Progressive, protective, curative, creative. We protect your investments. Hardscape, softscape, landscape. You can escape when you call Four Seasons. Total property maintenance. Serving all Montana and Idaho markets. One call does it all. 1-866-606-2467.
I'm a Ford truck man. That's all I drive.
Whoa, hey, anybody driving a Ford truck, you left your lights on.
It's Truck Month at your Montana Ford store. Now get a Ford F-150 with 0% financing or up to $4,500 cash back.
Well, I guess Ford separates the men from the boys.
I'm a Ford truck man.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
You know, son, you need really special winter tires. Toyo Tires actually test and develop their tires for our winter. They're all-round winter tires working great on ice, snow, and other slippery surfaces. They cut into snow. They clear away moisture. Then crushed walnut shells act like tiny steel spikes digging into the surface. Can you feel that grip, son?
The ultimate grip in all winter conditions. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Weather conditions certainly have changed. We started the afternoon, bright sunshine, warm temperatures, and take a look now, Dean. Everyone's kind of nestled in under the comforters. We've got the jackets on, the gloves on, and you don't like those players using those hand warmers, do you?
Admitting defeat. I don't see any Bobcats doing that. That's what they used to love when opposing teams would come in and they'd ask for one of those warmers.
Right,
the plug-ins and so on, or the gas machines, whatever, the blowers, heaters. Not the Bobcats. You don't do that.
Well, you look at the, in the postseason on these home games, and you get teams from the Southland Conference that come rolling into Bozeman or Missoula, and that's kind of a tough deal. So incomplete pass by Lulay, 2nd and 10, and that's Groves getting his first look this afternoon. Fumble on the play at the 25, and Northern Arizona has it. Oh boy, another big turnover for the Cats, and the Lumberjacks with another chance to score as they unload the pile at the 25-yard line, but the signal is Northern Arizona football.
He's off the ball in a hurry. He has the lane. He finds it. The gap right there going right on through, and then he loses the football. You want to go to the bottom of the depth chart. That's how you do it.
Well, and that was his first carry of the game. He just got in, and was a good run, but coughs it up right at the end of the play. So,
which could make it your last carry of the game.
There's your turnover situation, 3 each for Northern Arizona and Montana State. So here we are again with Northern Arizona in great field position, a 1st and 10 from the 26. Murrieta, quick pass to Marr, and Marr gets out of bounds at the 20, but that's a 6-yard gain. And again, he is so big that even when he's tackled, his momentum gives him some good yardage after the catch.
Yeah, as we said, tied for the leading receiver spot with NAU coming in, and the Bobcats haven't done anything to take away that stat. Is he, well, number one, as big as he is, wherever he is on the field, he's probably open. The question is, can Murrieta get the football to him? But as you've seen, he hangs on when it's anywhere in the neighborhood.
4 catches for 40 yards this afternoon. Gain of 6 on that last play. 2nd and 4, Sanchez tries to get to the outside, nothing doing. What a great job defensively by Marotis, who hauls him down for a big loss on the play.
Nice little headlock.
Well, what a nice defensive job that was.
Came right on through all the way and wrapped him up is the key. I mean, he had a good hold and nothing else was going to happen. One-on-one situation, which is pretty tough out in the open field for any defender. He read it all the way and dropped him.
Fitzpatrick, the tight end, checks in for Northern Arizona on third down. The loss back to the 30, and here it is.
But there's Marutis, and there is just no way. Just no way.
No, had the perfect angle on him. 3rd and 10. Crowd back on their feet. Murrieta looks downfield, has time, throws it up into the end zone, and no one is there. Sails out of bounds. Ryan Forrest back in coverage. Pass intended for Marr. And again, 4th down.
But did you see how that football basically turned sideways and was, coming at him sideways? Kind of a different thing, a tough way to catch it.
Well, the ball on the 26. We'll see if now we're going to get the field goal attempt now. And this will be the first one for Robbie DeHaze. Ball will be spotted on the 33.
Remember, he missed the first one.
That's right. So 43-yard field goal attempt. Wind at his back. Kick on its way, plenty of distance, and it's no good. Sails wide right. So once again, the Lumberjacks are turned away after the turnover at the 25-yard line, and you got to wonder, what is it going to take to get points on the board this afternoon?
Yeah, tough for them, and the Bobcats' rabbit is running out of legs.
And the defense, I mean, let's give some credit, too, to the Montana State defense. Hey, you're pitching a shutout through 2 quarters plus of football and oftentimes getting terrible field position to send your defense out on the field.
Yeah, 3 and out for the Bobcats' first possession. Second one, fumble. And here they are again with the ball deep in their own territory. All that's happened in just 4 minutes. 3rd possession already in the 3rd quarter, and they haven't done anything.
And Michael Bass is back in the lineup now for Montana State. He takes the ball. This time cuts it up straight up. Good running. Gets it up to the 30-yard line. This is an area, too, I think, where, you're in this situation in the game. This is a golden opportunity for you to try to get this ground game going a little bit. Get a heavy dose of Michael Bass or Justin Dominic, whoever you want to run back there, and take some time off the clock and maybe get a long drive that way.
Yeah, it's a chance to work on that, utilize that, and or find that. They haven't found it yet.
Then again, you don't want to go away with what works too often, and that's Lule throwing the football, and that's what he's set to do here. But this time, he's tripped up for a big loss on the play. Another good defensive stop by Hunsaker, who gets the sack back to the 23-yard line.
Well, the other part of that, Portland State knows pretty much what the deal is. They're not going to get burned for any big, long runs, and they know probably the odds are that the Cats are going to throw it. So put the heat on Lule. It's what every team has done this year, at least tried to do, put the heat on Lule.
Yeah, and that loss all the way back to the 23, so it's 3rd and 13. Second possession of this 3rd quarter for Montana State.
I mean, you don't have to guess. Pretty much 99% sure he's going to throw the football.
And it looks like Northern Arizona this time drops back in coverage. Lule looks long and deep, but that sails well over the head of Tremaine Murray. And Lule was going to be forced to kick this one away on 4th down. So the Bobcat offense certainly giving Northern Arizona every chance in the book to try to get points, as Brandon Anthony goes back to receive as we mentioned at the halfway point of this Big Sky Conference race. And it's going to be so interesting, Dean, to see what's going to happen after today and what we read about tomorrow morning, because you've got 5-6 teams that are all battling now at the midway point. Lule back to kick on 4th down. Rolls out to his right, kicks it away from the returner. Anthony, though, runs it down, makes the catch at the 35, stays inbounds, and now has some running room. He's up over the 50, cuts it outside of the 45, and finally taken out of bounds. Well, I believe you're right, though, Dean. I think he stepped out of bounds on the far side.
I thought that's what
where he marked it.
One official was marking it over there, and then he just took off.
9:16 to go, 3rd quarter. Cats continue to lead 22-0. Great field position for the Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 from the Montana State 45 after the nice run back by Brandon Anthony. And once again, the Lumberjacks in Montana State territory to start the drive. Time of possession continues to be dominated by NAU. It was much the same as in the first half. More than double. Quick pitch out to Watson, and Watson takes it down to the 35. And I think they found something there, Dean, with that quick little out pass to Watson and Marr, and they've used it much more in the second half, letting the receivers do the running after the catch.
Yeah, and then a poor tackling effort also. But if I'm on the defense, I'm a little upset too that I have to spend all afternoon out here.
Well, that quick little out, then Fuller got a hand on him, and then Force runs him out of bounds. Fuller unable to make the tackle. So another first down gain to the 34. There it is again, and this time it's to Marr. Takes it inside the 30, and again, Dean, I think they found something there because they've gone to this play almost exclusively in the second half, and they're getting 6, 7, 8 yards a pop out of it.
Well, the hope also you isolate him one-on-one, and the guy makes one quick move, and he can skip right down the sidelines into the end zone. Well, there's still a lot of time left. Now, granted, they're 3 possessions back, assuming they'll keep the Bobcats scoreless. But, hey, they're not using a whole lot of time to make this happen.
Well, they're operating with the short field. So there it is again. Murrieta throws it out to Watson, has one man to beat, does that. And finally taken down by Papich. But, again, it's a first down play inside the 25, and that quick little pass to the receiver and then letting them do the work after the catch.
Well, then watch for the hitch and go here, stop and go. You know, because it's worked, you set them up, give them a little pump, hesitate, and take off on a streaker up the sidelines. Lob it up there.
Get those corners to come up and play a little tighter and do a little bump and run. And there you see Watson's number, 7 for 48. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. And another first down from the 23. Murrieta rolls to his right, has a man complete down inside the 20 all the way to the 15. Zarate makes the catch, the tight end, and that's close to another first down.
Well, again, out of the gun. He has a good arm. You don't need much time to throw those.
Good job by Murrieta on the run and just zips it out there, and nice job after the catch again.
I mean, he's not trying to beat anybody deep or fool anybody. He's going to throw the football. He knows about where he's going to throw it.
2 catches for 16 yards, and basically taking what the Bobcat defense has given him right now. 2nd and 1, and this time they'll stay on the ground, and that should be enough for the first down as Sales gets the call, busts it up over the right side, and that should be enough to move the chains again. First down.
But the Bobcat offense, with no real long sustained drives, 6 for 18 yards, 2 for 24, 8 for 46, 7 for 75 was their longest, but that only took 1 minute 5 seconds. Their drives have all been in the 2-minute range. So they haven't made the defense of NAU spend much of any time out on the field, and yet they still lead 22-0.
Ball's on the 13-yard line and a first down. Sanchez with the call, gets it down to the 10, pickup of 3. Call it 2nd and 7. Well, you remember, Dean, at the beginning of the game, and the keys to the game that Chris talked about is he talked about Montana State playing to their level of competition. Would you say that today that we're getting a little bit of that?
That would be the good news and the bad news.
Yeah.
You're right.
You could just see the energy just sucked out of the crowd midway through the second quarter because it's just been kind of a walking in mud kind of game, and it's swinging ever so slowly, old Mr. Mo, as we like to say, on the side of NAU. 2nd and 7 from the 10, midway through the third quarter. Zarate goes in motion. Murrieta looks for Watson, who has it, and that's, boy, about the third time that Watson has been right at the end zone and has not been able to come up with the catch.
And Toff Grenville gave him a little wrap there. You get smacked like that a few times. You're thinking about it before the ball gets there.
Well, Grenfell timed it perfectly as he hit him in the back right when the ball arrived. So incomplete pass, and here we go again. Another big third down from the 10. Sanchez in the backfield. Murrieta looks left, rolls right. Still on his feet, fires in the end zone, and touchdown, Northern Arizona. Boy, what a great job by Zarate to keep his feet in bounds and make the play in the back of the end zone, and the Lumberjacks are on the board.
Well, a great throw, too, right on the line, threw it the only place that nobody except his receiver could get it. And you got 6'3", 240 going up to get it. Nice job by Murrieta. But there's the danger. You let them hang around. You let them hang around. Well, now they got 6. They've owned the third. Well, they've owned every quarter in time of possession. But the Cats have kept them out of the end zone.
DeHaze on for the extra point after the touchdown. And the kick is up and good. 6:08 to go in the third. Lumberjacks are on the board. 22-7 our score.
Hey Bobcat fans, the Billings Hotel and Convention Center has a package just for you. For just $68, you get one night stay with a room for 4 complimentary continental breakfast plus water slide passes and 2 passes for comedy night. When you call, just ask for the Bobcat Special. The Billings Hotel and Convention Center, conveniently located off the King Avenue interchange, has all the services you expect. Dine in comfort in the restaurant or take a dip in the pool when you take advantage of the Bobcat Special at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center.
Why have some of Montana's largest businesses switched to Transaria? Maybe because they are Montana-owned, or because Transaria provides service and products second to none. Mostly because Transaria can provide it all. Private networks, internet, and now VoIP. VoIP allows businesses to turn the internet into a valuable communication tool. The telephone, long distance or local, and clearest traditional service. Save up to 30% on your phone bill. Get rid of multiple bills and get VoIP from Transaria. The business solution is Transaria.
There's a silent killer in your home. You can't see it or smell it, but left undetected, carbon monoxide poisoning can cause flu-like symptoms, confusion, or even death. Keep your family safe. Have your furnace cleaned and checked every year. And if you suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, leave the area immediately. Call Northwestern Energy and get medical help.
There is a CO problem.
Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you.
Back in Bozeman, where Northern Arizona has on the board for the first time this afternoon after the 10-yard touchdown strike from Murrieta to tight end Jason Zarate, and it's a 22-7 game with 6:08 to go in the third. As you said, Dean, you let a team hang around, and all of a sudden they punch one in, they're fired up, and you got things going the other way.
See, you're exactly right. That's the thing the Bobcats have to have right now. Now they need to get fired up.
8 plays, 45 yards, 3:08 off the clock. Moretti to Zarate for the touchdown, and this one comes down to Miller in the end zone, and he'll come out with it. Up over the 15, looks for some running room, and gets up over the 20 to the 25, and then to the 27. So good run back by Miller to give the Bobcats decent field position, and I'm thinking right now this possession for Montana State, biggest of the afternoon.
Have to get her going.
And you look at this touchdown play, Dean, and the pass and catch is great, but keeping those feet in bounds pretty good too.
Murrieta really scrambling. I mean, he's running for it. Here comes Papich after him, but he throws it on the line beautifully and lays it in there. Look at that.
Yep.
Feet right in there.
Pretty good stuff.
You only need one down in college, and he had them both.
A touchdown in the pros right there. Yeah. It's an NFL touchdown. 1st and 10 for Lule. Throws it out here to complete to Gwynn, and Chaz takes it up to the 36, gain of 9, 2nd and 1 on the play.
That is probably the biggest pass completion of Travis Lule's career right there.
And you're going to tell us why.
It gives him the big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Only one in the history of Bobcat football to even be close to that.
There it is.
10,000 career passing yards. Only took him from 1897 to now to have someone who could throw for over 10,000 yards. So
yeah.
Don't ask me if you're going to see it again in your lifetime. I don't think so.
Nope. 2nd and 1
that
for.
Is just incredible.
It is. Gain of 9 on the play, and here's Lule throwing up top, has a man wide open, complete out there to Can't tell who made the catch on that play. Oh, it's Chaz Gwynn. Let's go down below to Chris Bach.
Well, that Northern Arizona touchdown was the first in 7 quarters, over 7 quarters. All the way back, you have to go to Eastern Washington, where they were blown out. Last game when they played Portland State, they were shut out 45-0. That marked the first time the Lumberjacks were shut out in 227 consecutive games, all the way back to 1985. Back to you guys.
First down call goes to Bass, the running back, for short yardage. Gain was up to the 50-yard line on the reception to Gwynn. And, you know, Dean, we've talked about Travis all year, but each and every game he just surpasses another record. And so here we are talking about him again this afternoon.
Well, 6 guys in the history of the Big Sky have done it. Jamie Martin still in the pros. Travis Brown still in the pros. Dave Dickinson in the pros in Canada. Doug Nussmeier played in the pros. John Freeze in the pros. Jeff Lewis is behind Lulay now, but only 6 guys ahead of Travis Lulay have ever done that in the Big Sky Conference.
And here's Lulay looking to pass again. He has a man now. This one almost picked off.
Gwynn thought he got tripped.
He wanted the pass interference.
Fans thought he got tripped.
Yep, but no call on the play, as he did get tangled up with the defender back there, and I'm not so sure that they thought maybe that was an uncatchable pass. Theus is in coverage, and we'll take a look at it here.
Lulay with a lot of time, knows where he wants to go, and he has Gwynn. Here he comes. Looked like he got a little help going to the turf.
Little help going to the turf and a little wraparound there to make the tackle before the ball arrived. So at any rate, incomplete, makes it 3rd and 7 from the 47. And here's Lulay again. Looks out here and fires across and complete to Rick Gatewood. And that was a tough catch at the 35-yard line. Gwynn was underneath on the pass pattern. They went over him to Gatewood. And Gatewood comes down with it in a huge conversion for Montana State.
Well, you're right, the big catch. Lulay again, lots of time, and he knows he's going to Gatewood. Anywhere in the neighborhood, he's going to get it, and he was covered. But boy, he got the hands, held onto the football. And more than that, first down.
Karsten's back there in coverage, did a nice job, but Gatewood just took it away from him. So first down from the 35. And the quarterback draw goes to Lulay, who takes it down up over the 30 to the 28-yard line. And
that one was called all the way.
Quarterback draw right up the middle.
No hesitation at all on that. Keeps the clock running. This is that sustained drive I was talking about. This is the deal. Keep your defense off the field, get down there, and get those points back.
Now the defense has been on the field a long time this afternoon, and this is the kind of drive, an answer back drive after the touchdown that they were looking for. So 2nd and 2 from the 27 on the gain of 8. And movement on the offensive line for Montana State, so that's going to march it off 5 yards the other way as Brant Birkeland came up before the snap of the ball.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
Halftime scores from around the Big Sky. Montana continuing to lead Portland State 17-3 at the half in Missoula. And Weber State has jumped out to a 3-0 lead over Idaho State. That game being played down in Ogden this afternoon. So 2nd and 7 from the 32. Lulay looks across the middle and this time fumbles the football and recovered by Northern Arizona. Falling on the ball is Blair Boynton, and Lulay was hit right as he was trying to throw, fumbles the ball, and the turnover is going to give the Lumberjacks the football back.
Again, initially, I mean, he had some time. You got to get rid of that. Can't hang on to it, and then when he rolled out, he just in trouble. Northern Arizona, obviously, they want the football, and you got to do some things to make it happen.
Well, you remember back to the Portland State game, Dean, where Montana State had the football with 1:30 to go. They had it at midfield, and Lulay was hit, fumbled the ball. Portland State kicked the field goal and won, and this is a similar type of play here.
Lulay's got it, but they're after it. I mean, they want it, they pull it out of there, and they come up with it.
So the Lumberjacks back with the ball from the 34. Sanchez with some running room up over the 40. And a good run by Sanchez.
And see all this right now, I mean, you're firing up Northern Arizona. They've been fired up the whole third quarter. They got one score. They still have plenty of time left. And again, it's only a 22-7 ball game. Because they've kept the football most of the afternoon. The Bobcats have got to the end zone. But if you maintain that and keep it more, well, your odds are improving each time that you may get it into the end zone again.
And time still not a factor. 3:15 to go in the third. So plenty of time on the clock for Northern Arizona not to get away from their game plan. So gain of 8, 2nd and 2. They're going to stick on the ground. And Sales gets the call, and that should be just enough for the first down as they spot the ball right at the 45.
Giving them way too many opportunities, way too much time with the football. Come back and bite you. Too many mistakes.
And that is a first down. Sales will come out. Sanchez checks back in. And again, you're playing a team, a dangerous football team, Dean, that has absolutely nothing to lose. You're 0-4. I mean, you're going to take some risks. You're going to take some chances. And right now, trying to capitalize on that turnover by Travis Lulay when he coughed up the ball.
Well, you got a quarterback who can get you to the end zone with one throw.
Yeah. Complete out to Watson at midfield. Now he dropped it. He had it right at the 50-yard line, but couldn't maintain possession, so incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. And again, there's that quick little out pattern that they have been running this entire second half.
Now, the other side of the football, the Bobcat defense has been out there so long, they need to make the big play themselves that the Northern Arizona defense has been coming up with. They need to get in there and get Murrieta and take that ball away from him. But he's had lots of time to throw it.
It's been a strange game because when the Cats have done something good, something bad happened. You go back to the first quarter when Papich took it all the way down inside the 10, fumbled the football. It's been that kind of game where they've made good plays, but the end result hasn't necessarily been so great. So 2nd and 10 from the 45. They're going to run a little option here to Watson, and Watson finds the corner, and he is hammered out of bounds. Short gain on the play will bring up 3rd and long.
Tried to take it wide. The Bobcats did a good job of stringing it out.
Well, he is still down over on the other side. I mean, he took a good pop and was ridden all the way into the Bobcat bench. Comes up holding that left shoulder.
I think he ran into the guys in the camouflage outfits from the Army.
Did you get combat pay for that?
He should.
Yeah,
Look out, look out.
Yeah.
Look out.
He took a little pop.
Down he goes.
I think you get a little extra for that in your envelope.
So now you bring up the big 3rd.
Little chilly. This little fellow, though, he's ready for some more football after that snack, and it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 48.
Got some of that finger food we always hear about.
Bobcat fans on their feet here. Another big 3rd down play from the 48. Passing situation. Here comes the blitz by Austin off the corner. They throw it up for Marr.
Marr was pushing off.
There's
Marr
a flag.
was pushing.
I think we're going to get offensive pass interference because it looked like Marr was pushing off.
And Fuller was looking at the ball, and Marr was pushing him all the way. See which way that one goes.
A lot of contact over on that side, and they got the single coverage that they were looking for, but oh no, they're going to call it on Montana State. And here comes the call, but this will go against the Cats.
Pass interference, defense, number 9, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Well, the fans don't like it. But as he lobs it out there, hands all over.
Yeah.
But Marr had been pushing him for about 5 to 7 yards before that.
And the other part of that is it looked like Fuller had turned to look for the football, and so you can't get him for incidental contact there as long as he's looking for the ball. But at any rate, it's going to go against Montana State, and just the 5th one on the day for the Cats. 1st and 10 from the 37. And a first down for the Lumberjacks. And here's this quick pitch to Watson, who has blockers inside the 30 and ridden out of bounds at the 25 by Grenfell. But once again, that quick little pass to Watson, and then he does the rest by creating a good job of running the football after the catch.
Lumberjacks score on this possession. If they get 6 in the extra point, then you're looking at a one-possession ball game with a whole quarter to go.
Well, nothing fancy here. Just get it out and let him run.
He's throwing that borderline lateral, too.
Well, Hunter just got wiped out on that play. Good job of downfield blocking. 1st and 10 from the 24. 2:20 to go in the third. Sales the lone back. Murrieta fires to Watson, makes the catch at the 15 and then hit at the 11-yard line. And Watson with another big catch inside the 15.
Well, Murrieta's name isn't all over the record book at NAU because he can't throw the football or doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, we celebrate Lule and it's just been great and so on, but hey, we're not talking about a can of corn and cleats down there. This kid can play the game.
Gain down to the 11, so 1st down for Northern Arizona as we approach the 2-minute mark of the third quarter, which has been dominated by the Lumberjacks. Sanchez, the lone back, he'll take the ball up inside the 10 to the 5. Give them 5 on the play. And keep in mind, Dean, the Lumberjacks can still get a 1st down to the 1-yard line.
Well, that Bobcat defense has to be a little bit tired now.
Oh, yeah.
They have spent the majority of 3 quarters on the field this afternoon. And Murrieta and his teammates for NAU have found the rhythm. They're keeping them on their heels because he's finding time to throw. He's finding the receivers.
Austin comes into the game. Fuller checks out. 2nd and 5 from the 6. Sales back in at running back. Murrieta going to change the play here at the line of scrimmage. Gives it to Sales, met at the 5, keeps his feet moving. Maybe 1 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Well, the other thing is they're going to burn up all the third quarter with the wind at their back. So this indeed is literally their last opportunity for that. I don't know if that would work in the Bobcats' favor because NAU's had the football all afternoon. He's kept it.
Well, the wind has really picked up now. I mean, the flag pretty much standing straight. 3rd and 2 is where the Lumberjacks stand. The play clock down to 5 seconds. They're going to have a hard time getting this one off. 3rd and 2 from the 4. Murrieta. Now he's going to call a timeout. Yeah, no chance at all to call the play. So timeout on the field. 22-7 our score. Northern Arizona shut out of the football game through the first 2 quarters, and here's how they got right back in it. Murrieta to his big tight end Zarate in the back of the end zone, and that makes it a 22-7 game, which is where we stand with 17 seconds to go in the third. Lumberjacks facing a 3rd and 2 from the 4. Sales gets the football, met at the line of scrimmage, and he will not get there. 4th down. and that's going to end the third quarter. So when we come back, Northern Arizona will be facing a 4th and 2 from the 4, trailing 22-7 to Montana State. We told you it cooled off in the second half. We weren't lying to you. And right now the football game is heating up. The Lumberjacks looking at a 4th and 1 from the 3. And they are going to go. Roll the dice. Maybe an all or nothing play, trailing 22-7. They are opting not to kick the field goal.
Could be the ball game for them right here. They don't get it.
They can get a first down, as we said. So Murrieta throws it up for the end zone, and this is a touchdown for Northern Arizona as they go to Marr, their big 6'6" wide receiver, and just playing jump ball in the end zone.
You pretty much knew where they would go, and you got a mismatch with anybody in the secondary, and Marr at 6'6" and good leaping ability. He was a good high school basketball player too. And you just get it up there in the neighborhood, and he gets it.
Well, and a nice throw too by Murrieta, who just threw it up there and let Marr go get it. So all of a sudden, what looked like a game that the Bobcats were in control of is all of a sudden a 22-13 game, and on for the extra point is DeHaze, and this one is up and good. 14:54 to go in the 4th, 22-14. Montana State's lead cut to 8.
Hi, I'm Eric Kinnaman.
And I'm Joe Baker. You know, a few years ago, Eric and I were teammates here at Montana State University.
As members of CAP football, we live the values of honor, integrity, loyalty, and personal courage.
As a team, Bobcat football breeds pride, tradition, and camaraderie.
Today, Joe and I carry on these values as proud members of the Montana Army National Guard.
The Montana Guard has a proud and storied history of serving our great state and nation. You too can be a member of this team.
And every once in a while, we still get the chance to lay the hit on someone.
I'm a Ford truck man.
It's Truck Month at your Montana Ford store. Ready for a throwdown? Get big savings on Ford trucks, including Super Duty, with the most power, most payload, and most towing capability of any pickup truck.
Are you bad enough to drive a Super Duty?
Now during Truck Month, get $2,000 cash back on the bigger, bolder, tougher than ever Ford Super Duty. That's $2,000 cash back on Super Duty. Hurry to your Montana Ford store during Truck Month.
Ain't no doubt my king on the mountains built Ford tough.
Come on, Dad, let's go.
You know, son, you need really special winter tires. Toyo Tires actually test and develop their tires for our winter. They're all-round winter tires working great on ice, snow, and other slippery surfaces. They cut into snow. They clear away moisture. Then crushed walnut shells act like tiny steel spikes digging into the surface. Can you feel that grip, son?
The ultimate grip in all winter conditions. Toyo Tires, driven to perform.
Now, if you're a parent watching this game today and you happen to see your son or daughter, like right there, you might want to have a little phone conversation about the perils of not being adequately clothed on a cool and chilly day.
Well, the young lady has been labeled. She is known as the A girl. So she's making it there.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, they're all psychology majors.
They are, yeah.
They know why they're doing that.
We don't, but they do.
But no hand warmers. No hand warmers.
Nope, not in Bozeman. Wow, this kick, you can see the effects of the wind right there, and somebody needs to get on it. And they do. But again, live football again, and Gatewood falls on it. But you could see, Dean, what the wind did to that kick is it literally went straight up and down, and it was a loose ball again.
Just hold him off. I mean, it's just like basketball. You're waiting to get the ball inside of the post. He basically posted him up, and that's it. And then the ball comes there. Get it to the outside of me, and I'll take it over. I'll take it from there.
A little contact there, but he was not pushing off. I mean, they had the hands on the
establishing
jerseys.
position. And he had Corey Austin, who's 5'11", and Marr is 6'6". Post him up, and that's in essence what he did. All right, now you have a tailwind. You better play like you have one, because it's a one-possession ball game right now with a whole quarter to go.
So this time they'll stay on the ground to start this drive, and Bass is whacked right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. You would have thought maybe you'd see a little more of that in the third quarter going into the wind, but now with the wind at the back of Lulé, we'll see what the Cats come with now as you mentioned, a one-possession game, 22-14.
Well, in 3 quarters of football, the Bobcats have had it just over 12 minutes. Now, guess what? You're lucky to be ahead with that situation there. That tells you a little bit about the defense's rally to stand up and get some things done, but you just can't play that way for the fourth quarter.
Gain of 1 on the play, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they throw it out into the flat to Justin Dominic, and a good job of open field tackling to save what would have been a first down gain as Theos is there for the stop.
But of course, now you're in third down territory, and it's it's not 3rd and long, but it might as well be. And the Bobcats have only been 1 out of 6 through 3 quarters on 3rd down conversion. So guess what?
3rd and 5.
You've allowed NAU hang around way too long. You got to assert yourself, and the Bobcats haven't done that.
3rd and 5 from the 29. Another big play by both teams. 4 wide receivers set for the Cats, and Lulé looks across the middle, now throws out to Chaz Gwynn, who makes a nice catch at the 42, and that's a first down, and a nice job that time as Travis surveyed the field, saw Gwynn breaking off and was wide open and delivered the football.
Wheeler, a little bit of a cushion. It didn't look like that big, but it was enough as Gwynn just squared it right to the sidelines. But it was a nice throw.
Nice catch.
But you look at Lulé not having a lot of time, and then he just gets run over. Although it's clean.
1st and 10 from the 42. Dominic gets the call. Straight ahead running, and oh man, look at the pile move. Nice job.
That's more like it.
Well, that's what you like to see when the tone of the game starts to swing the other way, and Montana State that time going to Justin Dominic, who makes a good hard run, and that's going to set up 2nd and short.
Basically into block, obviously, but at 5'11", 206, he doesn't weigh that much more than Bass, but he's a lot taller, and he's more of a straight-ahead power runner, and Bass is the shifty guy. But the thing is now you also have that clock ticking in your favor.
2nd and 3 from the 49, right at midfield. Lulé looks left. Now fakes, keeps the football, and that's going to be another first down. Well, great job by Travis Lulé, and he found the marker for the first down and got just enough to get a first down. One guy, Dean, that has not done anything today was Tremaine Murray. We have not seen him today. He's been checked up pretty good there by KJ Girard.
But watch how he knows where the first down is.
Right there. Right there.
Just enough. Just half a step.
Yep. Gets the feet up there. And
if he were at Southern California taking that one dancing class, that would have been one of his moves.
That's a good move, too. Now they're going to have to wait and get the chain crew here to get with the program on the first down. So a fresh set of downs from the 48 as they cross into Northern Arizona territory. Gatewood and Gwynn have been the go-to guys today. They've bottled up Murray all afternoon, thrown to him a couple times, but not able to come up with any receptions. And Dominic again gets the call, and this time he is hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Nice job by Bruce Branch leading that surge on the defensive line. So 2nd and 10.
Northern Arizona knows for the Bobcats to do anything or to beat them, they have to throw it, so they just stuff everything. You're not going to run on them.
You gotta love a mom that takes the kids to the football game, you know? I like that. Bundle them up, get them out to the stadium. 14 to 25, 210, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good numbers for Lulay, but not much in the second half. Back to pass, looks, now rolls out. Gonna keep the football, turns the corner, driven out of bounds after a gain of 4.
Again, give credit to NAU that secondary has been pretty solid all afternoon. Lulay hasn't found a lot of guys. He's come up with some key passes, don't knock that, but they have done a pretty good job of blanking the receivers.
And he's going to be their leading rusher again today, more than likely. 46 yards on the ground for Lulay.
And yet you're looking at another one of those third down calls.
3rd and 6 from the 43. And this time now Travis checking off at the line out of the gun. Big play by both teams right now. Good protection. Lulay finds a man, and that's going to be Barnhart, the tight end, who makes the catch.
It'll be about a yard or so shy, I think, depending on the spot.
Yeah, it looks to be just a little shy. So what do you do here? Do you line them up and go for the first down, or do you punt them deep into your own end?
I think you go for it.
Yeah, I do too.
Again, Lulay with enough time, put it out there, and that's a great catch. Good job of defending, but a good job of getting the ball where it needed to be, hanging on, and then as the defender comes in, you get it away from him and hang on with one hand.
Elliot Barnhart, the big tight end from Powder River, Broadus Hawk.
Well, let's see as they stretch him out here. This would be a biggie for the Bobcats. I think there's too much chain there. Well, maybe
no.
not. How about that?
Well, what do we know?
Yeah. Good job there.
Some of the Hardy fans.
You just hope the one spot in the ball is the official with the biggest pair of shoes.
That's right. 1st and 10 from the 38, so he got just enough to keep this drive alive, which so far has been an impressive one.
Yeah, this is a good one, just for the matter of eating up the clock, as the old momentum thing has been with Northern Arizona in the second half. They've also picked up 2 scores.
And more important, you finally give the defense a little time to rest. So Montana State keeps this one going on 1st down. Lulay looks to pass, got a man deep. And this one intended for Miller, who had gotten behind the secondary and was open.
That's the wind, too, I think, helped a little, because that is just blowing right over there in that direction.
Boy, Javon got behind the defensive back and was off and running, but that ball just a little overthrown. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A couple guys bailed out of the game and went over here next door to put their kites up. Well, it's a good day for that.
Sure it is. Total yards in this game, Northern Arizona, 271. The Cats at 278, pretty close. And a 2nd down now for Montana State. 11-10 to go in the ball game. Quick pass to Gatewood, makes the catch and sits down on the grass. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
And you'll get under 11 minutes. Still a lot of time. One possession game.
Well, I think you need points here. I mean, I think you
got to get something out of this.
I think the drive is great, and I think that they're taking time off the clock. But if you don't come away with at least 3 here, then I think you're really rolling the dice now for Northern Arizona to come right back down and potentially tie the game.
All right, you're looking at a touchdown, 2-point conversion.
Yep.
That's his separation right now is all it is. And I think this is 4-down territory also.
3rd and 4 from the 32 after the 6-yard gain flag on the play. And that ball is batted down right at the line of scrimmage by Nwagbe, I believe. Got the big hand up there and knocked it away, but we'll see what the flag is.
Head linesman made the call.
Northern Arizona indicating, yeah, it's against Montana State. Now, they are probably going to, refuse the penalty. Will set up 4th and 4.
Illegal formation, offense number 17.
Yeah.
The penalty has been declined, 4th down.
So they do indeed refuse the penalty, so now it's 4th and 4.
And you're going to take a shot at a field goal.
Well, you got this big win behind you, so Hastings should have plenty of leg. Getting it through the uprights, that's another question. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 38, so that's going to make it a 48-yard field goal attempt.
The good news is you have a tailwind. The bad news is you have a tailwind.
Yeah, a lot of swirling around. But this is going to be from 49 yards. Ball down, kick on the way, and it's no good. So it sails wide right. A celebration going on the sideline of Northern Arizona, and why not? They get the football back with 10:24, and all the momentum in this game on the side of Northern Arizona.
It's been Northern Arizona's football the whole ball game, and they finally made it pay off here in the second half with a couple of scores, and now they have an opportunity to go down and tie this boy up.
Well, you have to give Coach Sowers an awful lot of credit to keep his team motivated to play, Dean, because you come in, you're on the road, you haven't won a game in the Big Sky, you're 0-4, you get down 22-0, but yet they've hung in there, made the adjustments at halftime, put a couple of nice drives together, and I think that's just good coaching. You know, you rally the guys and say, come on, you know, we're in a game, let's play.
Taking all the punches, and you're still there at the end.
Murrieta's numbers continue to improve. Now a flag before the play.
That movement before the snap. Also NAU going into the wind right now, but
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 73. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 1st down.
have some of the fans drifting off too because of the increasing wind speed.
Well, they announced the attendance today of over 13,000, and it was full. It was full to start the game, but now only the Hardy remain.
2 ladies came out from under the blanket. Say we're still here. Now they'll cover back up again.
There's that quick pass to Watson, and this time he's going to be taken, well, doesn't go down right away, but eventually comes down, and that time Bobcats picked up on that quick little out and made the nice read and tackle. Kyle Hunter makes the stop, and he breaks in on that very well after the catch.
Nice touch by Murrieta. That's a tough pass to throw, and he's kind of side-arming it out there. So Watson with a big afternoon in number, not much in yards.
10 catches on the day, 2nd and 13 from the 27. Under 10 to go in the ball game. This time Murrieta, facing pressure, runs out of it, now heads for the sideline and gets out of bounds at the 41. Boy, a nice job by Murrieta. Looked like he was going to get sacked for a big-time loss and takes it all the way up near the 1st down.
You don't think of him as a runner or a scrambler, but he showed the good foot speed, and he took the first shot, and then he got away. Mollahan was in there, and he took off. He looked behind him. Anybody coming? Nope, I'm heading for the sidelines. So now
2nd and long turns into 3rd and 2 from the 39 on the scramble by Murrieta. And again, throwing into a stiff breeze here, but he really hasn't been throwing the ball downfield. Most of it's been that quick out stuff for much of the afternoon. So big play here by the Bobcat defense from the 39. And Sales, with a second effort, looks like he may have gotten just enough for the first down. On the initial hit, Dean, looked like he was going to be stopped short, but then good extra effort.
Had him wrapped up at the 40, but couldn't bring him down, and he gets him the first down, and that's a big one for the Lumberjacks.
Nothing fancy here, just straight ahead running. Move the line forward, and right there, that second effort gets him the first down.
Just hanging on. And that's what Northern Arizona's been doing the whole afternoon, hanging on.
Well, doing more than that right now because they are closing into midfield and with a golden opportunity here to potentially tie the game, wind down to the 9-minute mark of the fourth quarter. First down is Murrieta now changing the call. They've got a 3-receiver stack up to the top, but this time they just keep it to Sanchez, and Sanchez gets it to the 45. And this team very similar to Montana State in its inability to run the football. Sanchez, their leading ground gainer at about 50 yards a game, but when they have run the ball, it's been effective, although again, a lot of rushes for not a lot of yards.
Northern Arizona has to get something out of this now, though, because if they have to give up the football, the Bobcat literally could utilize the majority of time left in the game, and they may not see the football again. So this is a big one for them. Likewise, a big one for the Bobcats to put the stop on it.
2nd and 7 from the 45. Murrieta fires out to Watson, who makes the catch at midfield, shakes one tackle down to the 46. And that is going to be close, and that is going to be another first down.
I believe that's 11 on the afternoon for Watson.
Having a huge game and doing it with a lot of underneath stuff, a lot of quick stuff, and here's another example of that.
That's all he needs, just a little gap. Bobcats have to give him a little cushion, which they are. And Murrieta sticking it right in there. Bobcats have not had much luck in tipping him over, getting in there and getting at him. Give that offensive line credit.
First down from the 46. Murrieta looks right, now looks left, fires out there for Marr, and this one is incomplete. And I think maybe again the wind playing a little factor there. The ball hung up a little bit and allowed the Bobcat defenders to get back in there in coverage as Corey Austin back there to make the play.
Forrest came over to help him out. That was almost an interception. Well thrown ball, except as you said, it hung up. But if you look at that, and he's got time, lots of time. When you turn around, Austin did a great job of turning around right at that right moment.
And then had to leave the game, so Derek Davis is in on 2nd and 10, and this time nothing doing there. Well, what a great job by the Montana State defense that time.
Darrell Rogers came busting through and grabbed the hold, and that's the big one, because now Northern Arizona looking at a 3rd and long. And this may be the last time they see the football if they can't convert. And this would be the play of the day for both sides right now. You're just inside the 50. You get a first down, you got to get down to the 36-yard line, which will put you in great field position. You don't get anything, you have to give it up.
3rd and 14 from the 49. 3-receiver set out to the left. Murrieta fires for Watson, who makes the catch and goes down, but not before he gets another first down. They threw it into the seam and pick up enough for the first down. Great job by Murrieta to get him the football.
Well, now it's serious time. If you didn't take Northern Arizona serious before this one, you better now, because guess what? Now they're in great shape at the 32. And they have plenty of time.
Well, they got all kinds of time. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Ball at the 32, moving the football very effectively into this wind. Has not made much of a difference. This time they'll keep it on the ground. Sales has some running room, does a good job to get up to close to the 25-yard line.
And he's hanging on to that football.
Yeah, and you know, that makes the passing game so much easier, Dean, when you're able to run the ball, make those guys come up and make the tackles, and then you got play action and you've got the passing game to go with it.
Well, you're sitting on the 25-yard line all kinds of time. You're chewing up enough on the first down. You got 7 yards, so that gives you a couple to play with for only 3 yards.
2nd and 3 from the 25. Murrieta again Looks downfield, nothing there, and this time the quick little pitch. And they're going to give him the catch to Fitzpatrick. Murrieta wrapped up around the 30, but then he made a quick little shovel pass to Fitzpatrick, the tight end, and they're going to give him the catch.
So now you're at a 3rd and short, but again, he has been the magic man for them this afternoon. He's escaped. Pressure's coming. He feels it. Rolls away. Here they come. Nope. And just 2 hands it ahead. Double shovel.
And you're in 2-down territory, most definitely. 3rd and 1 from the 23. And with the clock down to 5.5 minutes, they've got 2 downs to make a yard. Marr goes in motion, the give. First down to Sales and then some, as he takes it down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line.
Ball carriers for NAU doing a great job of hanging on, wrapping up the football. And Sales, a stocky little guy at 5'8", about 190. Just hang on, duck your head, and then go down. Force grabs a hold, pulls him down. Austin helps him out, but here's Northern Arizona heading for the possibility of a tie. Bobcats need a stop.
1st and 10 from the 16. Lumberjacks have dominated the second half. Murrieta now pulls the football down. I think he was trying to get it out to Marr and saw that he was blanketed, so just pulled the ball down and went straight ahead.
That was his first plan, to go to Marr, but apparently Austin had him covered well enough that he changed his mind.
Well, keep in mind, too, that very early in this second half, Northern Arizona used one of their timeouts, so they only have 2 remaining. And you get the feeling, Dean, like this is the drive. You know, the Cats get the ball back. Yeah, they could stop it a couple times, but.
Well, the difference, too, would be Northern Arizona's had a lot of fire.
2nd and 10 from the 16. Murrieta fires out into the flat for Marr, and not even close.
And Darryl Rogers runs Murrieta over.
Yeah, well, he's taken some shots today. Remember, he came out of the game in the first half because of the shoulder injury, but has come back in and played extremely well. You can tell he's in a little pain.
That one hurt.
Yep. Rogers comes crashing in and delivered the pop after the incomplete pass. So 3rd and 10 from the 16.
Your 3rd and 10, the field goal does you nothing. So you basically have to go for 4. 4-down territory.
Crowd back into it on 3rd down as Murrieta looks out there for Watson, now throws it up for grabs, and is it caught?
He caught it.
Caught it at the 1-yard line. Oh my, Watson with a great catch.
Great job of coming back for the ball. Murrieta had to scramble a little bit again.
Ooh, Grenfell
found some time looking left, but comes back right and laid it right in there. Great job of adjusting.
So a sensational catch for Watson, and it's now 1st and goal from the 1, and 4 chances to punch this one in for the touchdown. And here's the give. Sales in for the touchdown, not even touched. And all of a sudden, we got a 2-point game at 22-20.
Well, here you go. Now you go for 2. If you don't get it, then the Bobcats have to do something when they do get it. If you do get it, you still left the Bobcats more than enough time to come down and at least get a field goal to win it. But right now, Lumberjacks 1 2-point conversion away from overtime. Boy, untouched, right on into the end zone. Just sliced right off the left side. Sales has done a good job.
Well, here we go. 2-point conversion will tie the game. 4 minutes to go in the 4th. Murrieta goes out of the gun.
And no doubt to me, you look to the left side, Marr at 6'6", that's got to be the guy.
Here comes the blitz. They throw it out there, and Watson with the catch, and we are tied at 22. Oh, man, what a great play by Murrieta. As Watson makes the reception, we are tied at 22 with 4:08 to go in the 4th. Tied at 22 in Bozeman, and there's the last drive by the Lumberjacks. 15 plays, 69 yards, using up just over 6 minutes off the clock, and sails the 1-yard touchdown run, then the 2-point conversion on the pass to Watson, and we are tied at 22. You know, time of possession going the way of Northern Arizona. They were beating the Bobcats every way except on the scoreboard. Now it's even on the scoreboard.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And this ball again just hangs up in the air and brought down. Nice job by Rick Gatewood to bring it down at the 28-yard line, but no chance for a return. Pretty impressive, Dean, this last scoring drive by the Lumberjacks.
Well, if you look at it, Murrieta, not known so much as a scrambler, did a good job of getting away and throwing it, and of course he and Watson were quite the combination. But then he found a couple of guys that he could hand the football off to who would just cover it up and get things going, and Sales was one of them. And he got it done, and now you're in the hole. Everybody raves about 14. They're right, number 14, but 14 this afternoon has been Murrieta.
No
for
question.
Northern Arizona.
Yeah, so
he's taken a pounding, and he's kept on coming.
Lule fires out to Chaz Gwynn, who makes the catch to the 45. That's a big first down play for Montana State. Now, this is the kind of game, again, where it comes down to that final drive. Under 4 to go in the ball game. Northern Arizona with a couple of timeouts, but this is where Montana State's offense needs to step up and win the football game.
This is where the 14 in blue is so good that he can get it done. And Gwynn finds himself a cushion, and there's the ball. Again, the Bobcats at the wind of their back should they get close enough for a field goal, which obviously would win this, as we're under 4 minutes.
Quarterback draw. Lule with running room up over midfield to the 45, still on his feet to the 35, to the 30. And Travis Lule with a huge run and another first down for the Bobcats. Dean, like a man on cue, number 14.
This is what he does. I mean, you have to pay attention. He just sees the field. He knows what to do. He's great at making the decisions, and he can beat you in so many ways. And here are the Bobcats now sitting on the 30-yard line. He just never says never. Read it. Could have danced to the sidelines and thought he'd take a few more.
Big run to the 30, 1st and 10. 3:40 to go in the ball game. Justin Dominic now in the game, takes the football, tries to find the corner, finds it, then upended at the 25.
The circus just came to town on that one. That looked like something out of Circus.
He gets pinwheeled after the catch.
A 360 the hard way.
Boyden makes the stop at the end of the play, but
again covering up, dumps up and over, and bam. But that's what you need also, a 6-yard pickup on the first down. So now you're looking at a second and relatively short.
Well, yeah, in 2nd and 4, much more to operate of after the 6-yard gain off the good run. So Lule now back in the gun on 2nd down. This time looks downfield, still looking, keeps the football, and again diving for that first down marker, and I think he's got it. Very close.
Very close. Looks like he got to about the 19-yard line. But again, the defense has to respect him, because even though they've got the pressure and they've chopped off the forward pass opportunity, he's going to pull it down and go. He has some good time initially, and as the pocket starts to shrink, away he goes.
That Barnhart out there looked like he might try to go to him, so clock continues to run. And at what point now, if you're Northern Arizona, you want to think about using those 2 timeouts?
Well, remember, they had to use the one at the end of the quarter, which I said at that time may come back to bite them.
You get more yardage here, you're within a chip shot of winning the game. So first down from the 19, and dangerous pass caught by Gwynn inside the 10, and then ridden out of bounds. Whoa. And up and over the backer boards. You feel that one in the morning, but that was close to being potentially picked off, but Gwynn comes down with a big catch.
You talk about throwing the ball well also. Lule taking a good look and then just fires it right in there to him. And Gwynn going for it.
Well, now the ball on the 8-yard line and in a first down. This has been an impressive drive for Montana State. after seeing the Lumberjacks come back and tie the game. 7 catches for 117 for Chaz this afternoon. Lulay throws into the back of the end zone and simply throws that one away. Nobody open, so second down from the 8.
This is where lack of a running game obviously hurts you. I mean, that is an understatement, but Northern Arizona knows for the most part the only one back there is going to run is Travis Lulay.
Right.
So you play pass. You can see how it affects different people.
Angst. There's some angst on that face.
I'll tell you what. Not heading for the end zone or heading for the twilight zone.
2nd and 8 from the 8. 2:54 to go in regulation, tied at 22. Dominic back there with Lulay, looks into the end zone, fires across, complete at the goal line. Touchdown, Montana State. Justin Dominic out of the backfield makes the catch. Travis Lulay makes the catch, or the pass, and the Bobcats retake the lead.
First part, Lulay. Second part, Dominic. He was taking it home. That's a long 8 yards right there. Those last 4 were really difficult.
Well, and a great job by Dominic after the catch, as he was not going to be denied the end zone, so the Cats answer back with the touchdown, and it's a 28-22 game. Hastings on for the extra point, ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. 2:48 to go in this one. Cats back on top, 29-22.
Why have some of Montana's largest businesses switched to Transaria? Maybe because they are Montana-owned, or because Transaria provides service and products second to none. Mostly because Transaria can provide it all. Private networks, internet, and now VoIP. VoIP allows businesses to turn the internet into a valuable communication tool. The telephone, long distance or local, and clearest traditional service. Save up to 30% on your phone bill. Get rid of multiple bills and get VoIP from Transaria. The business solution is Transaria.
This is it. A new season, a new look, a time to build on the past and create a new future. A time to take all the work, dreams, and promise and bring it to the field. Can Travis Lulay orchestrate his offense to the team's 3rd victory in 4 years over the Grizz? Can the revamped defense return to prominence in the Big Sky Conference? Can Mike Kramer hang another conference championship banner in the field house?
Join me, Chris Bach, every week as we track the Bobcats and find answers to these questions on an all-new show, Bobcat Football with Mike Kramer.
You might have heard about it. We have a train wreck. We need all hands on deck. The show everyone's talking about.
You're gonna pull this coal out of us?
Sunday at 10/9 Central.
I need some help.
For these doctors.
How do you tell someone she's going to be dead in a few minutes?
Their defining moment is now.
Whoever you move doesn't stand a chance.
The most powerful new episode of this season.
We're gonna do everything we can.
The one that's not to be missed.
How do you decide who gets to live?
An all-new Grey's Anatomy, Sunday 10/9 Central, only on ABC.
Montana State answers back with the touchdown to regain the lead at 29-22 after seeing the Lumberjacks score 22 unanswered points in the second half. So Bobcat fans breathe a little easier. However,
too much time. Yeah,
2:48 to go. 2 timeouts for Northern Arizona. And really the Cats have not shown that they can stop Northern Arizona in the second half. So Bolton will kick it with the wind at his back, and this one is going to be run back by Anthony. Anthony hit at the 20 and up to the 24. A little extra pushing and shoving going on after the play, but Northern Arizona has the football again. And Dean, once more, Montana State has not shown that they can stop Northern Arizona's offense in this second half, and as we see Montana State regain the lead.
The first spark, really, of the second half, and Lulay with the play action comes right back to Dominic, and he just ducks his head and took it right on in. I mean, defenders there. Kurt Karstens.
That's the one that put the Cats ahead. The Ford scoring drive ending up in the short touchdown. And once again, that quick pass to Marr up over the 30 to the 32. Good gain on the play, but more important, stops the clock.
He and Watson have padded their statistics here this afternoon in terms of number of receptions, as both of them are going to end up here with just about half of what their season total was coming in because of that, as they have just basically dinked the Bobcats to death with that, but it has worked.
Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2 from the 32.
Marr now has 8, Watson has 13.
Murrieta now calling off the play at the line, now throws out to the right. Has Marr, and the big guy just climbs the ladder and makes the catch. That's first down.
Well, it's no secret what they're going to do. That's the good news. The bad news is there's no pressure on Murrieta. He has time back there to throw it, and you know it's going to be Marr or Watson for the most part.
Marr just a sophomore, so he's going to be around for the next couple of years, and there's his numbers, 9 catches for 74 yards. And he has been active along with Watson, and they've been the dynamic duo for the Lumberjacks today. First down from the 43. 2:15 to go, clock running in the game. Here comes the blitz, and Murrieta, is he down and in the grass? Yes, he is. He's going to be marked down at the 30, and that's a good call as Toff Grenfell wrapped him up. And they're going to call that play dead at the 30.
Well, he was good, but the old safety blitz, and Grenfell just came up the gap, grabbed a hold, held on. Epi King in there to help him out. Big loss on that one.
2nd and 23, the loss back to the 30. Here they come again. This time throws to a wide open Fitzpatrick, who picks up a block and then rammed out of bounds by Davis, but not before they get a big chunk of that back. And again, a good job of stopping the clock.
That would be the number one benefit of that one. You need a bigger gainer than that because you're still looking at 3rd and very long.
It's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 38. So this is the ball game right now, Dean, is this drive will dictate how this game's going to end. 38-yard line. 3rd down. Crowd on their feet in Bozeman. Here's Murrieta. Throws out here, and that is incomplete, intended for Wade. And that time you could really tell the wind kind of grabbed that football and threw it all over.
He had the right idea. However, even had he caught it, he had no place to go, and it would only been about a 3-yard gain. So now you're looking for the big one, 4th down. I mean, as you said, this definitely is the ball game right now. You have no choice but to go for it.
And these guys,
the receivers have to know where the sticks are.
Yeah, no doubt. Look at the numbers for Murrieta. He came in under 50%, Dean. He's 30 of 38 for 279 and 2 touchdowns. And here we go. 4th and 15 from the 38. Here comes the blitz. Murrieta throws it up there, and it is incomplete. No flag on the play, no flag. Northern Arizona wanting pass interference as Wade was rocked across the line, but
he hadn't turned around either. He should have turned around, but even had he caught it going down, he'd have been about 2 yards shy. I think some of the folks thought there was interference. Well,
pretty hard to tell from that, from that angle because it's hard to see where the football is, but at any rate, it's a Montana State first down from the 38. Now, Northern Arizona can stop the clock 2 more times, but that is it.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You have a quarterback who can run.
And Justin Dominic gets the call up over the left side. Good run down to the 35. Still no call on the timeout.
So 2nd down coming up.
Well,
Clock
I guess
they're
going to let this one go and then stop it on 2nd and 3rd down. But boy, running an awful lot of time, and they'll take it right down to the snap.
Well, they can really take it down now because they just started the play clock. It's only down to 15.
So we'll see if Lulay will use all of the play clock down inside of 10 seconds, and that's exactly what he's going to do on 2nd and 6, and the snap's going to come right at 2 seconds. Dominic lowers his head. Now we're going to see the first of those 2 timeouts being used. And the difference in the ball game, Dean, is off the Montana State offense late in the fourth.
Yeah, you got your guy, Justin Dominic, heading right for the end zone, going north and south, head down and right on in.
That's the difference in this football game. So Lumberjacks still with one timeout remaining, 35 seconds to go. So the plan here, stop the Bobcats, of course, call the timeout, sets up fourth down, and then you got to hope you get the football back with a couple of chances to move it down the field.
Yeah, the Bobcats take it and just do a basic handoff again, even if you don't make it. What's the difference?
Here's third quarter score from Missoula, where the Grizzlies well out in front of Portland State, 24-3. If that holds, Montana, of course, and the Bobcats are going to be right back on top of the Big Sky Conference.
Portland State 44 points, 45 points, and 3 points successive weeks.
Well, no one would ever argue that the Grizzly defense isn't a good one, and they are doing a good job of shutting out a pretty explosive Portland State team, and that's going to move Montana and Montana State, if this holds, back on top of the Big Sky by a game. But still some football to be played in Bozeman, 35 seconds to be exact, and a cat staring at a 3rd and 6. A first down, the ball game's over. Northern Arizona hoping for one stop here. Lule this time will keep the football. He's got a little running room and very close to the first down, and I think he's got it by the spot. And if he does, that will end the game. Coaches over in the Northern Arizona booth already acknowledging the first down, and they're getting up and leaving.
Well, now you can just kneel because one timeout's going to do you absolutely no good at all. One play is all you need. And the Bobcats managed to escape.
It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but a win's a win, and Montana State will go to 3-1 in the Big Sky Conference.
You don't like to have these, but hey, it goes in the win column, as you said, and what's the difference? You're still in first place.
And I think it's a good wake-up call for next week, Dean, as Sacramento State rolls in.
That's right.
A team that's 2-6 coming into that game, but that's going to do it from Bozeman. Montana State gets the touchdown in the fourth quarter to win it, 29-22. And the Montana National Guard post-game show coming your way. Stay with us. We're back in Bozeman after this. Bobcats win by 7. Back in Bozeman, where Montana State hangs on for the 29-22 win over a very stubborn Lumberjack team from Northern Arizona. They scored 22 unanswered points in the second half to tie it. And then Montana State team with that last drive culminated from the Travis Lule to Justin Dominic touchdown, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, that was almost a Muhammad Ali going back to the days when of the rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
We know we can beat you. We're going to beat you, so what? And when we need it, we're going to get it. And that's basically what the Bobcats did. When they needed it, they got it. 22 points in the first half without hardly ever having the football. So.
Yep, good win for the Bobcats. And as they improve to 3-1, let's go. We're not going to go down below. Chris Bach is standing by, and he is ready for us. Chris, what do you got?
Guys, I have the Transaria co-player of the game, Travis Lule. Gosh, I feel like I'm on repeat talking to you guys. Another Cat win at home, another close game, and another victory that you take them down the field and win it.
Yeah, well, we were fortunate to make enough plays late when it counted. Northern Arizona did a good job keeping their heads up and fighting back into the game. We didn't take care of our part. We didn't play great in the second half, but we really buckled down and got the score when we needed it. So.
The other player of the game is Jason Murrieta, their quarterback. Did NAU's performance today surprise you guys?
NAU's a better team than their record shows. I know a lot of the guys on that team, and they're really competitive. They got enough athletes. They've had a few injuries, and they lost some close ones, but they're a competitive football team. So we knew we were going to have to play well. We didn't play great, but we played well enough to get the job done today, so we're happy about it.
You guys moved to 3-1 in conference. You guys got Sac State up next. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, so Travis Lulay and the Bobcats win again on a late fourth quarter drive. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll have our Transaria Players of the Game from Bozeman. We are going to do that in just a moment, but first, you look at the final stats in this one, Dean, and like you said, the coach has something to motivate his players.
Well, Northern Arizona
week.
has the football for over 40 minutes in this one.
Yeah.
You had a week off to prepare for this. You had an extra week. And it wasn't very pretty, to put it mildly. But again, doing enough to win and coming up with the last one when you needed it. I mean, you outgained them in total yards by 7. They have the ball for 96 plays. The Bobcats have it for 62. That's not fair to your defense to be out there all afternoon. But give Lulay credit that he throws for 257, he runs for 89, and he averages 49.7 on his punts.
Yeah.
And the only bad news is he wasn't on the defensive side of the ball, so maybe he could have got a couple of interceptions,
well,
but he did everything.
And here's the Transaria Players of the Game. First for Northern Arizona, Jason Murrieta, 30 of 49 for 279 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And for the Bobcats, Travis Lulay, 19 of 33 for 257 and 3 scores. The last one being the difference as he hooks up with Justin Dominic. 2 receivers going over 100 yards for the Cats today. Chaz Gwynn, 7 for 117. Rick Gatewood, 5 for 100. So those two guys certainly doing their part. And then rushing the football, not a whole lot there. Lulay with 89 yards. And then after that, Dominic with 11.
Yeah, and give Murrieta great credit because he's tough. He took a beating.
Well, that's the story from Bozeman. Cats hang on to win it 29-22. For Dean Alexander, I'm Chris Byers saying so long until next week when the Bobcats play host to Sacramento State. So long, everyone.
Bobcat Game Day has been brought to you by Toyo Tires, your Montana Ford stores, Four Seasons Property Maintenance, Northwestern Energy, dedicated to serving you, the Billings Hotel and Convention Center, and by Transaria.